Yeah, good.
Perfect. So, my friends, we return to Ayara. Traveling from the city of Dinas Undad, still visible, rising from the white limestone cliffs behind you all, you set out into the plains, the wilds, as it were, of this island. But you're traveling on a road, a nice, cobbled, simple road. Uh, your two draft horses pulling the cart along. Uh, the lady Rhiannon is a fair distance ahead, acting as a scout at this particular time. It is a clear, sunny day. The sun shines over the grasslands around you. And for the first time in quite a while, you are not within the confines of a city. You are traveling by this road to what you've been told is the village of Canaldaith, alongside a large, or fairly large, inland salt lake known as Lindegrau, or the Lake of Tears. And that'll be put in that'll be added to the map at some point, so don't worry about spelling it at the moment. But as you all are traveling along, you have you've been traveling about 40 minutes. It's not quite it's not quite 1 o'clock yet, so you have a few more hours of travel. A horse and carriage or horse and cart pulled by two horses, traveling with the weight of all of you, uh, can travel about 30 to 35-ish miles a day. You are looking at about 200-ish miles to Canaldaith. So you're gonna look at least a week-ish of travel on the road here, through these lower plains of Iara. And so we come back into our story with you all on the road. What would you like to do?
I think if we were following where the out of game is at currently, Omenda was just a sassy frog.
I was sassing it up.
Oh.
I am sitting on the end of the wagon playing my viol.
Oh, and Omenda was given a chime.
The chime of
yes, I was indeed. I was handed a thing and I was told this is for you. I was not told what it was.
Still just jogging
the
around
chime
the
of
cart.
opening. You want to add that to your... Okay, you got it. For sure.
All right.
I got you.
The Lady Rhiannon is scouting at the moment, but among all of you, who would like to be keeping watch? Ewan?
Yeah, I have no idea how to drive a cart, but I've got good eyes.
Wonderful. Go ahead, make a perception check for me. Go ahead and take advantage because you have a half-elven goddess that is also helping you.
I rolled a 19 and a 4, so I'm going to take the 26.
Perfect. I will retain that information. And then I also need a volunteer. Let me get my tables open real quick.
Oh, who's gonna get voluntold? No, I'm kidding. I do it.
Okay.
I really want us to meet the Dag down our first fucking
give me
day.
2 seconds.
It'd be so funny.
Kelton.
Literally 3 miles from Kennel Dive, or not Kennel Dive, but Dana Sundad.
And then when you have a chance, Ominda would have wanted to scout ahead if he can with somebody.
Okay.
We can do that later.
Okay. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I had a whole thing that was. Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a.
Are you ready, Kyle?
This thing was much easier to read when I wasn't looking it out on my phone.
Max.
When you weren't on the spot. Everybody. I've had an internal base all day.
Paul, go ahead if you're gonna roll. Go ahead and roll for me a D or 1d8.
Just a D8?
Yep.
Okay. Tree.
3.
Yes.
Perfect.
Why is it perfect, Kyle? Huh? No, I'm kidding.
And then.
Uh-oh.
And then go ahead and roll for me a D. Go ahead and roll for me another D8.
3.
3. Understood. That's really funny. As you all travel unimpeded for several hours. The afternoon slowly dwindles towards evening as the sun begins to set in the distance. You all watch as the city of Dinas Undad begins to fade into the distance to the southeast behind you. Although, even as you're approaching evening, as you've kind of come down into these plains, you can still just see the topmost spires of the castle glinting in the evening sunlight far behind you. As you've only gotten about a half a day's worth of travel, you've made it about, we'll say, about 20 miles today. And eventually, the Lady Rhiannon comes forth, or returns to you all, and says, I've found a suitable campsite, I think, for those of you that require sleep. So we should I think it should be a comfortable place. She leads you around to a kind of a crook between two hills that just dips down into this low area where from the distance, as you were bringing the cart over there, you couldn't even see this little divot in the ground. The hills and the grass around it are so tall that it just looked like plains continued out there. But as she guides you all into this space, you realize it's a perfect campsite. You can keep an eye on it, and as long as you post your watchers at appropriate places, you will definitely see anyone coming before they see you. Thanks to Paul's rolls, you guys have found a safe haven. This
Hey.
is considered a perfect campsite.
Nice.
And any possible threats are all at disadvantage trying to find you out here.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Is there any water nearby, Kyle?
You can go ahead, Omenda, and make an investigation check for me.
Casey's, I will indeed. I rolled a bad 5.
5.
Yes.
You search around, Omenda. There don't seem to be any like active springs or anything nearby here. You still have that scent of salt air from the sea, too, which you think might be kind of throwing off your ability to find fresh water right now.
Right.
Because there has to, I mean, all of this grassland and everything is growing out here. There has to be water somewhere.
Yeah.
But at the moment, you may be relying on your necklace today.
Okay. Yep. So I would, I suppose my bedroll inventory would be considered probably like some kind of small basin or something that he can kind of carry with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he would use the, he'd pull up the periaptive water creation, which I looked up. It's actually like a necklace.
Yeah, that's a periapt is like a pen.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I was like a little thing of water. Throw it. Nope. He pulls it out of all of the little jewelry at his chest, and he kind of says a couple of little words there, and it kind of just fills the basin with a nice, cool pool of water. He kind of nestles in there, chilling.
Perfect. Anyone else have anything they would like to do to prepare for the evening? Ewan?
I'd like to try to find food. I'm fucking hungry.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely. Ewan, you have the Outlander background. Kyra,
I do.
you're a ranger. Truly, with about an hour and a half to 2 hours of your time, probably only about an hour and a half, between the two of you, per what is written on your character backgrounds and classes, you find plenty of food. It just depends on, are you hunting or gathering or a bit of both in this situation?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Summer, there's a lot of
I would-
berries probably.
Yeah, I would definitely be doing like berries and mushrooms, and then probably a rabbit or two if I
Okay.
can get it.
Easy. You guys, no rolls necessary. Within, like I said, within an hour and a half, Omenda, Ophalon, Juniper, and Rhiannon have spent their time getting kind of camp set up, the tents arranged around the cart area, a little fire kind of being set at the center there. And Ewan and Kyra walk back into your encampment. A little brace of rabbits over Kyra's shoulders. Maybe one or two rabbits, and then just a sack full of
Like a grass woven like basket.
Yeah.
Like a basket of funnily enough, you found a lot of currants, little red simple berries, and they're tart but with a sweetness at the end of them. You also did find several mushrooms as well that can be cooked up along with the rabbit. It's going to be a pretty decent dinner tonight.
Well, I will go get these cleaned. And taken care of and figure out what I'm gonna do with it to feed us all. I think a stew would be good. But I will
Possum feta.
let you know what I figure out. Because this pheasant's tail mushrooms will be really good with the rabbit. And then I can make like a jam with the currants. I'll figure it out.
Well, I do like me a little bit of jam there, miss.
I was thinking like cranberry sauce and turkey.
Very much, yeah.
So, because that would probably work. And then we could keep the rest of the currants for like snacks on the road.
For sure. And I mean, also along with your gathering, it wouldn't have been hard to find, wild thyme and rosemary as well. Simple herbaceous seasonings for the rabbit.
Garlic shallots.
Yeah, little shallots, things like that.
Yeah.
You guys this first night have a pretty magnificent little dinner of braised rabbit stew, basically.
Nice.
Ophalon, you had your hand up.
Yes. While Ophalon finally slows down for a bit to enjoy some food, after he's had his fill, he thinks to himself, "No, I haven't done one of these in a while," and he's gonna run, and he would like to do some handsprings
Sure.
while still fully armored.
And
While
fully
still
fed. Oh my god.
Ophalon, you might make yourself sick if you start flipping
Yeah,
around and stuff.
Roll a vomit check.
Yeah. Ophalon, unfortunately, I mean, it's probably not unfortunately, you're pretty physically, you're a physically, active dude. It is going to be an acrobatics check to do a handspring.
Cool. I have proficiency in that.
Good. Go ahead and roll.
All right. That is a 18.
18? Yeah, I mean, you guys watch as Ophalon, and what's really funny is that like the armor that Ophalon is wearing now is very, very similar to the armor he was wearing before. It's just kind of like a lighter silver color now.
Right.
And he just goes out and he just starts doing these handsprings and stuff, and he's like, you guys are like, that armor looks too heavy to be able to do that. But he starts going, and interestingly enough, at this point is the sun has set and stars are starting to appear in the sky. I would like everyone except for Ophalon to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right, we're gonna roll a different one.
That's a nat 20.
Rolled low, 14.
Nice.
Hold on, babe.
18.
That's a nat 20 plus 2, so 22 total.
24.
I didn't smoke on my
24.
dice. That's why.
Juniper and Kyra, as the two of you are enjoying your food and now apparently a show, courtesy of Ophalon, you see Ophalon doing these handsprings, and you're impressed by his ability to do this in such sort of, because it's what do I give you, Travis? Is it mithril scale mail? Is that what you
Yes.
have? Yeah. So I mean, it's still very clearly metal. Like metal scaled plates that go down portions of his arms, and there's a little bit of like chain link under the a little bit of chain mail in there portions as well. But as the sun has disappeared and the stars start to come out, you see this beautiful mithril armor begin to not glow, but reflect the light of those stars. And the stories of mithril being fey silver are at this point you understand those stories now. This beautiful handcrafted armor that was very likely forged under the light of these stars. as he just continues to frolic about in his Urishk way, as Urishks are wont to do, being chaotic little guys, or chaotic big guys in this case. Wonderful. Anybody else have anything they want to do before bed? Ewan.
Does anyone have a tarp? Because I think Full On and I might have gotten a steal from Smiley. And I like hold up the bag that I purchased. He sold us this bag. You can like put a lot of stuff in it. And he'll like hold it up and he'll just stick his arm through it. It just disappears up to his shoulder. But like, if I think of money, and I'm gonna think of money again.
You feel a bunch of metallic objects in your hand.
And I'm gonna pull them out.
You have a handful of about 15 or 20 of these kind of dull copper-colored coins.
Well, it's not a lot, but I didn't put these in here. My point is, and I like drop it back into the bag. My point is it's used, so there's other stuff in here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna turn it inside out and like shake it or something.
Hold on, can I see one of them coins real quick?
I have a blanket.
Just let me get a little quick look at them real quick. Just one. I don't need them all.
Yeah, I'll hand him a copper coin.
Can I get a closer look? See if they're regular coins or they're special coins.
Yeah, for sure. You wanna make like just an investigate check?
Yeah,
like, look 'em over?
yeah. See if they look like
absolutely.
regular currency, if they look like something
Yeah,
from
go
ancient
for it.
times or something like that. Yeah. That's a natural 20. Heck
Natural
yeah.
20.
Let's go.
These seem to be just normal copper pieces.
Ah.
However,
Mm.
what you do notice, if you were to compare them to any copper pieces that you might have on you right now,
Right.
the date of minting that is printed on them is, for one, the language that is printed on the coin is in a language you don't read, Omenda.
Okay.
But the date, which is in numbers, like that you can read, is something close to about 200 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what this coin quite says. It seems to be written in some other kind of dialect, but it at least seems to be from about 200 years ago or so.
I know
Any
a lot
y'all-
of languages. I could try.
Yeah, here you go, and he'll flick it right over there.
Bing. What languages
Can
do
I?
you know, Kyra?
I know Giant, Draconic, Elvish, Goblin, Orc, and Sylvan.
None of those. You don't know what these coins say.
Damn it.
Wow.
But Juniper, yes.
Can I also take a look?
Sure. What languages do you know?
Well, I have no idea. Here you go. Try it, Juniper.
Common, Elvish, Giant, Goblin, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Nope. Because the both of you do know quite a few languages between yourselves, I will allow both of you to make history checks, or one of you to make a history check with advantage.
To determine what
What's your bonus
dialect
to
it may
history?
be.
I have a +1 to history.
I have a +1 too. It doesn't matter either way.
Okay. Then both of you just go ahead and roll a history check.
Rollies.
Okay, I got an 8.
I got a 19 for a tarnished 20.
19. Looks like dwarven.
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 I don't speak mountain tongue.
Well, that means it's good here around here then.
We're nowhere near
Well,
the
I sure hope
mountains.
so.
Well, do you think Danish Undad does not accept dwarven money? That sounds a little silly to me.
These
Have you
look
tried to
really
get-
old. They look quite old. They look very old. Like 200 years, maybe?
Anyway, you said you had a blanket.
I have a blanket, yes. And I will pull my blanket off of my rucksack and
Okay.
lay it on the ground.
Wonderful.
And Kyle,
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump this bag inside out.
You're gonna dump the bag inside out.
Oh boy.
And I already
Okey-dokey.
filled my basin
Over-
with water, so
Over the
Oh.
over the blanket.
Perfect. I
What should
would
be
like-
Anton's fucking bag of
Minda's
holding with
gonna be
all of the
behind the
fucking
stump.
bodies in it?
that's what I said last session. Just
Guys,
full
it
of
can only
goo.
be 500 pounds. How much is it gonna be?
It's a lot
All
of goo, man.
right. We are going to. I found a table for this. This is gonna be fun.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Table time for table
Why do I
time.
feel like this isn't a good idea?
Let's see here.
When I'm over here, y'all might want to get behind something just in case something
What?
comes out.
Sorry, what?
I don't know. Be
You,
careful.
a litany of items falls out onto this blanket, and you begin to look through it. You find a traveler's writing desk, like a simple little writing set. There's like a quill, and it's like got a storage compartment in it. But it's something that you could easily like set on your lap while you were sitting in the back of a carriage or something like that while you're traveling. You find you find a simple leather book. Nothing embossed on it or anything, except there is a on the spine there is just a symbol, or there is just like it looks like an upside down V almost on the spine. You find a where did my thing go? 5, 6 plus 6 is 13. You find a piece of you find a shirt from a set of chainmail, just the shirt. So the equivalent of a chain shirt, I would say. And then you also find
This is amazing.
8, 9, 10, 12, 17. And then you also find this it's tucked in with the writer's desk situation. You see this kind of elaborately crafted, very delicately crafted magnifying glass. It's got little runes carved around the edge and this this convex lens in it, and it's a pretty groovy little object. A couple more rolls here. 16. You find one extra bedroll in there. And then
Throw that one in the cart.
14. You find an empty you find like what could be like a journal. It's a book. It's a book with all blank pages. There is a, let's see, 15, 16. There is a tightly furled scroll in a little case with like brass caps on the end of it. 6, 7. There is a small vial of red liquid. And the last object that you find in this is the last object that you find in there is a it's definitely wooden. It's a staff. It's definitely wooden. But towards the top of it, there is like it's been fire hardened at the top. Probably Ewan, Juniper, and Kyra would all recognize this staff to be made of blackthorn, which is already a very hard wood, and this has been fire hardened at the tip of it. And you see a few little arcane sigils inscribed in the staff. And that's all that pops out.
How much money was in there, though? There's at least some copper.
There
Dumped it back in.
was about 20 copper in there.
Well, let's say what the loot was. Oh, God. It's a fucking bust.
What are you talking about? Some of this stuff is really, I don't know, nice. And I like pick up one of the books.
Yeah.
Juniper asks Ewan if she can look at the writing stuff, the magnifying glass, and specifically the book with the upside down V on it.
Yeah.
I can't read, so I mean, go for it.
Mind
I
if I
figured
look at
everything
that
that's in
chain
here
shirt
is like
over
a party grab, so you know.
Yeah, Juniper looks
I'm
at
keeping
the
the
writing
bag, though.
desk with the magnifying glass and the book with the V on it.
I don't know.
Which one do you want to look at first?
Magnifying glass.
The magnifying glass, it looks like the circular part with the lens in it might have at one point been like attached to a chain, more like a monocle. No, it definitely wasn't a monocle because it's too big for that, but it looks like that's the kind of thing that it had going. It looks like the handle was added later. But you see, like, as you look through it works as a standard magnifying glass, but there's definitely like arcane sigils that are very finely engraved around the edge of it.
Does Juniper recognize them?
What were those languages again?
Elvish, Giant, Goblin, Primordial, and Sylvan.
It is Sylvan. And it doesn't say they are like arcane sigils. They're just in that language, so it doesn't say anything. But you do recognize the symbols as Sylvan.
Interesting.
The book, as you open it, that has the little. As you get a closer look at it, Juniper, you see the symbol embossed on the spine that looks like an upside down V, and as you look at it, you see that like the V is like slightly curved a little bit, and then you're looking at it harder and you're like, oh, that's not an upside down V, that's a pair of hands, steepled fingers. It's like a
prayer hands.
Like, yeah, almost like in prayer. Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check for me, Juniper.
Veni Vidi Vici.
Veni Vidi Vici. We came, we saw, we conquered.
13.
A 13. You saw this symbol somewhat recently at the dinner in the castle. The Grand Artisan Poppy Ribbleyip of the Temple of Lu had a holy symbol around her neck that was very much like this, a pair of long, steepled hands.
Interesting. Is there anything in the book?
Yes, there is. The book is written in Giant, so it's readable to all of you. This is a book that describes the traditions of the Festival of Lunasa, which is the festival that begins the harvest season later in the year. So it's about the equivalent of where we're at right now, actually, the 1st of August, I think. So We're pretty close to it, I think, actually, in real time. So,
Astrologically, it's the 7th, but
yeah.
Gregorian calendar-wise, it's the 1st.
Yeah. So it's literally, it's not a large book at all, but it's just this simple little tome that tells you about the kind of the history of the festival and how people celebrate it.
Cool. Cool.
And then what was the other thing you wanted to look at?
Just the writing desk.
Oh, yep. The writing desk is there isn't like a lot of there's like a few scraps of paper. Like I said, there's one book that's entirely blank, almost like a journal. There's a few quills and a couple of stoppered ink files. And they all are able to be stored pretty easily in this little writing desk. Yeah, it's somebody's personal office away from home.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Curious.
Curious.
Anybody else have anything they want to look at from the bag?
I wanted to check out the chain shirt and that tightly woven or tightly like rolled up scroll.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could feel anything magical or anything about either, honestly.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check for me as you kind of look over these
Okay.
items.
Here, let me see.
You can ask for assistance from anyone too and get the help action if you'd like.
Ooh, yeah. I'll actually take these over to Ophalon, who just recently got some new armor, and be like,
It's not a bad idea.
"So, what are you thinking about this? That's not. So, what you think? What you think about this shirt over here, there, my buddy?
My buddy.
My buddy."
Ovlon, may I?
He's like, holds it up.
Ovlon just kind of lifts up the bottom. He's like, "About how heavy is it?"
It's very, very light, and in fact, as you hold it in your hands, this is made of very similar material to what you're wearing, except it's just the shirt portion of a set of armor. There is no like pauldrons, there's no shoulder guard, like none of that. It's just the chain shirt.
If I were to wager, I'd say this is like the armor I've got now, but it's just like a shirt. So it's very light, but it's just as strong as anything else.
Think it might be magical like yours is. His is magical, right? Other than
Yeah.
just being mithril. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
This would be considered the equivalent of Elven Chain, which is a rare medium armor. It gives you a +1 bonus to your AC in addition to setting your base armor class to 14. You are considered proficient with this armor even if you lack proficiency with medium armor. Any of you can wear this.
Oh.
Even
I
Juniper, who is
see.
not proficient in any armor.
We should probably
bad.
give the fancy scale or the fancy chain to the red one.
The squishy mage.
Yes. I don't think
Amanda with the shirt already half up. Wait, what?
I mean, if you want, it looks a little big for you, but I just
like 'em
figured it
long.
might be smart for us to give it to Juniper because she's not
Hey, you're right. Here you go.
very
Here you go.
well
Here, I'll
protected.
take
Yeah. So
Thank you.
it. I don't really need it.
He's keeping the
is
scroll,
very
though.
concentrating on the writing stuff.
Yeah. This is very so Juniper. You can add if they're giving this to you, you can add a set
Yes.
of Elven Chain to your stuff. It does not require attunement. You should just be able to equip it, and it's basically like Bilbo's mithril shirt. You can wear it under your stuff, and nobody will know you have it on.
Nice.
That was pretty easy to identify. The scroll, on the other hand, Omenda, as you kind of pop the brass ends off of the scroll case and pull it out. What languages do you speak, Omenda?
Hardly any.
Yeah.
Common, giant, grung, and thieves can't.
Oh. It's a bunch of
can't walk.
gobbledygook. It's just a bunch of what looks like equations in a language that you don't read.
What the fuck is this?
Why do you need some help?
He turns it around. Can you read it?
Can I read it?
Yeah, just once
Can I
again,
read
Sylvan.
it?
What does it say?
I read it?
A lot of it is equations, but at the top you can read. It's a scroll. You don't have to identify it. This is a scroll of comprehend languages, so it's good. It's
Well, it definitely helped you, Omenda. So I
Well,
don't think I could cast it though. So I don't have a lot
that'll
of magic.
help.
Well, I don't think it's really gonna help me if I can't read the scroll. It helps me read the things that I can't read. So,
Juniper, yes.
I put on the armor and I had a heart attack. My 12 AC went up to 16.
Correct. You're doing much better.
Yay!
You didn't even have to buy that armor. That was randomly rolled for you today.
That
So
was. You're welcome.
that was the that was
you now have
the,
a higher AC
yeah,
than me.
No, you're good. Yeah, that was fun.
I'm
I
gonna
also
pick up
wanted to
this.
see if the...
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You can. Yeah.
I wanted to see if the magnifying glass was magical or anything.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm just not rolling good on my checks today. That is a 9. Wait, no, wait. 11.
11.
I'm tired.
You're not like, it's not like radiating magic by any stretch of the imagination, but the symbols that are etched around the edge of it are very similar to some of the arcane symbols that are on that scroll.
Juniper asks Kyra.
Huh?
Uh,
Sorry, I was looking at this really nice journal that's on the floor here. What?
Can you make out what these symbols are for on this?
Sure, I can give it a go. Can
Would
I?
you like to make an Arcana check?
Yeah, I will give it a shot.
Go for it.
I have no clue. But I know a lot about stories, so I'm not very versed in magic. I will turn to the other 3 and like Ominda?
What?
You do that face changey magic all the time. You can do magic, right?
Yeah, I can kind of do a little thing or two every now and then.
Can you try and figure out what's on this magnifying glass?
Let me see if I can actually. Let me go ahead and double check what I can do.
Out of character, does anyone have access to the identify spell?
I don't.
No.
I don't have access to the identify spell. I don't have it.
No.
I don't have it. I have distort value. But
No.
I will say
I'm-
this. If any
Hilarious.
of the other 3, Ophalon, Omenda, and Ewan, if any of you have proficiency in either Arcana, or I would even allow for this nature or history. It's still going to be an intelligence skill, but there's a chance one of you has proficiency in one of those skills.
And which
Don't
skills
right
was it again?
now.
History, nature, or Arcana.
I know some stuff about old things.
I don't know shit.
I have proficiency with history, so
I mean,
I'll give
if
that
you
a try.
want to give it a shot, I have no clue.
Oh man,
That's,
this sits on a stone.
that's a 3 there, Big Papa.
I feel useless. I ain't been
That's
able to
a 2
read the
plus
dang
1.
thing.
This is really funny.
Lady Rhiannon, I know your
There you
sister
go.
is more of the magic caster than
she's been-
yourself.
Yeah, she's been kind of up, like kind of walking the perimeter, making sure Epona is taken care of and doing all this stuff. And she walks down into camp and she grabs it and she looks at it and reads. She's like, "Oh, this is." She takes a look and she says, "Here." And she kind of stands next to you, Kyra, and she takes the the glass and she puts it near your eye, and you hear she just whispers a very brief bit of like Sylvan, and she just says she basically says, "Show me what I'm missing," in Sylvan, and you see a bunch of objects glowing on the person's, on your friends, magical things, bits and bobs. She takes it and she looks it around. This is a modified version. This is, they make them, in the Elven capitals, they call it an Arcanist loop.
An Arcanist loop?
An Arcanist loop is a, common magical item that allows whoever is attuned to it to cast detect magic and identify
Oh my god.
through the magnifying glass,
Well, that's what makes the
Jesus
rest of Mr. Lost
fucking
easier.
but
Christ.
only as rituals. So you have to spend like the full 11 minutes inspecting the object or whatever you're looking at in order to cast it.
I don't.
Well, goddamn.
Juniper goes, "Can I keep this?"
I mean, I don't have very good eyes in general, so yeah, you can take it.
Cool.
Seems kind of
Oh,
like
and-
I'm keeping this stick.
That's fine.
I wanted to just mention, because this is the first time you guys have seen Kyra, like, out of the city and at night, her eyes are glowing.
Yeah.
They like, reflect light like a cat.
Why you doing that?
Huh?
That thing with your eyes up there. Why they all glowy and stuff?
What do you mean?
Don't y'all see that?
Well, she's just got night vision. What's your point?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see really well at night. Like
I can't.
a good distance, I think. Yeah.
Uh,
The fire makes it a little hard, but if I look away from where the
As-
fire is, it's fine.
as Kyra, as you before Lady Renan pulls it away, looking through that the loop, as you're seeing it, the stick that Ewan is holding has a faint glow to it.
Can I try and figure out what the stick is? Because I've got the thing up to my eye.
Yeah, I mean, so you've cast detect, or it's detect magic. I would say what you can tell by looking through it. Let me find the thing I was looking at again. This is. Hold on. There is a very faint aura of divination magic coming from the stick, which coincidentally is also the aura of magic that is coming off of this magnifying glass that you're looking through.
Huh. I wonder what that means.
Somebody of errors.
Well, we're gonna find out because I'm attuning to
Okay.
it. That is
What
the
does
process it
Juniper-
allows.
What does Juniper need to do to attune to the magnifying glass?
You just spend some time with. You can attune to it before you wake up in the morning.
Okay, cool.
Yep. I don't have weird, silly rules for attunement. You just got to spend an hour with it, at least a short rest, the equivalent of a short rest. So.
What's left? Is there anything even left on the?
There's
the,
a vial of liquid. There's a small vial of red liquid. A bedroll and 20 copper. I think Kyra claimed the blank book though. So.
Yeah.
That's
Ophalon
it.
would like to take a look at the vial.
Yeah. Ophalon, you pick it up. You think you're like, oh, cool, we scored another health potion, because health potions are red. You pick it up and you look at it. It's a much smaller vial of red liquid, and it doesn't move quite like a healing potion. It's a bit more viscous.
This stuff's kind of goopy.
Well, what kind of? Let me see what that is. Would my knowledge of poisons and stuff like that help me with?
Do you
seeing
have-
what type of?
Do you have proficiency in medicine by any chance?
No.
Unfortunately, like even you looking at this, Omenda, like you don't think it's a poison.
Right.
It doesn't look like anything you've seen before. Anybody who might have proficiency in medicine could make a medicine check looking
I
at
do. I have it.
it. Go for it.
That's by all means.
21.
21.
Yeah.
It's blood. It's a vial of blood.
I mean, it might be good for something later, but
But, like-
it's just a vial of blood.
Do you know what kind of blood?
Looks like some type of noid blood, humanoid blood. Probably
would
not
I-
from a drow, would be my guess.
Would I be able to use my pirate background? Because I assume I've cut a lot of people.
Yeah.
To see if I might know what kind of blood that may be.
I mean, it's still gonna be an untrained medicine check.
That's okay.
You're looking at
That's
blood.
alright. I rolled real shitty. It's a 5, 6. It's 6.
Looks like blood.
Can I try and figure out what type of blood it is?
Yeah. Make a medicine check.
Another
I
one?
think I remember.
I'll give her whatever the
Bardic?
Yep. I'm on the
Looking
wrong
at
page.
it through the magnifying glass, is it glowing?
A little bit, but you don't get any sort of actual like specific school of magic.
Is your
from
bardic a
it.
D6?
Yes, indeed.
It is glowing a little bit.
Well, that means we're at least on the right track.
26.
Well, hot
26?
diggity damn. Oh, wait.
It
Omega
is.
doesn't know about those.
It's thick. It's viscous. I would say with a 26, Kyra, you actually uncork it and dip a pinky in, and it's not acidic.
Okay.
It's definitely hot, and it's starting to like just kind of gently burn the tip of your
Ah.
finger.
I-
This is dragon's blood.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I am gonna keep this one. This one's mine.
Hey, I picked up the vial. That's effectively dibs.
yeah. Hey, you can't hurt dibs like that.
I'll
Dibs
trade-
have to
I'll
have
trade.
them.
You got to at
for
least
it.
tell him what it is.
It's dragon's blood.
That sounds pretty cool.
But
If I drink it, will I breathe fire?
No, don't drink it.
I would say with that 26 medicine check, Kyra, looking at everything you found here, this bag of holding at some point belonged to some sort of arcanist, probably a diviner, judging from the amount of divination stuff that's in here. There's no like dragon's blood is useful in trade as a spell component. That's about what people use it for.
I don't think it's gonna be used for very much, but I might be able to use it for a trap later down the line if we need to.
Can I still hold on to it?
You can, yeah, that's fine. I'll just ask for it when we might need it down the way.
Fair enough.
Guard this with your life, Ophalon.
Hey man, you never know. The next time we get to a town, we can get to the bar, and if some guy tries to like swell up on us, be like, "You guys are from
Throw
out
it
of
in.
town. I'm gonna throw you out of the bar." Be like, "Hey, look, asshole! This is blood from a dragon I fucking killed. You better back off."
That's
Very convincing.
Splash some on his face and it burns just to prove a point.
Ewan, can we put the writing desk back in the bag of holding?
I don't see why not. That seems like kind of a kill.
Thank you. Juniper.
I'll stuff it back in.
I have a question in regards to, something I've been wondering since we left Daya Sundad. And she looks at Kyra looks at Ewan. How is it that you can turn into different animals?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think that.
I just started to do it.
You turned into a bear, but made of wood, in the middle of that fight.
I did, yes.
The wood part was kind of cool.
Well, thank you. I was trying.
Okay, so the question I'm having is, can you just see something and then turn into it, or do you drink its blood or eat its flesh?
Well, I don't know. I've seen the cat now, right, Kyle? I've seen the cat at this point, right?
The
little
Sprigatito
grass
cat.
That's Sprigatito.
Oh, I don't think Juniper has hidden it.
Nope, not at all.
I believe it's still nestled into her shoulder, or the crook of her neck on her shoulder. So
It is now. On the wagon, it was just sitting in a seat.
yeah.
Well, I have previously not yet seen a cat. I have now seen a cat. I'm going to attempt to wild shape into a cat.
You watch as Ewan's form begins to shrink down and down and down until Ewan is a small cat made of moss.
Oh, that's cool.
The front arms, however, are still very clearly made of wood.
Okay, question number 2. And because you're an animal, you should be able to still understand me. Question number 2 is, you had wings. No. When you found me in the city, and then turned out of the little fox with wings. Can you mix animals together?
Does this nonsense wake up Bramble?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Oh wait, you can speak with animals though, right? That's just a thing.
That's just
you
something that Kyra and Juniper can both do. Hashtag warlocks.
A little.
You have to cast the spell.
And minus yeah.
You can cast it at will, right?
Yeah. So.
Oh, then yeah, you can just talk to animals whenever you want. Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, no, she's like a just a little bit. You can.
Yeah,
mix.
like a little bit. Like the wings were a lot. I really couldn't do much else that day.
Huh.
Juniper puts Bramble down to see what Bramble will do.
What does the little moss cat do with another little moss cat?
There's moments of uncertainty, kind of pacing around, and then a recognition of something, and then just goes up and touches noses and just says meow, and turns around and switches her little tail up and walks right back over to Juniper and gets up on her lap.
Adorable.
Interestingly, the two of you with your speak with animals up, and even Ewan, who is currently one of these little kittens, Bramble, you still can't understand when she says anything. It's still just little meows.
Why can't I understand you?
Maybe she just doesn't want you to. I mean, she's probably pretty. She's made of moss. She's probably just fey and nothing else.
Probably.
So yeah, they kind of decide when you
I
understand.
just want to make a note that when we're winding down for the evening here before the end of the night, Ophalon has something he'd like to do.
Okay.
Juniper starts feeding Bramble some of the berries that were collected.
Bramble gets a little red face.
She turns colors.
Actually what happens is she eats the berries, and the little moss blooms that are on top of her head turn slowly pink.
That's so cute.
Yeah, the night is winding down. You guys have kind of discovered these objects that are within the bag. Ophalon, what did you have to do before the night was over? As everything's winding down.
It was more of like a so we pretty much turned in for the night from here. He
Well,
asks
I mean-
the group.
I mean, some of us should probably keep an eye open, but you guys can get some shut eye for a while. I don't sleep,
Yeah, I
so you know.
also
Yeah, I'm on.
work a little bit better at night, so
Did
Oh.
Ewan purposely change back, or was that just a bunch of meows?
For everybody else, it was definitely like 95% body language with a couple just mixed in
And,
there, you know.
That's fair. And Kyle, the our campfire is not very big, right?
No, not at all.
Ophalon just mildly just goes, "Good night, everybody," and he just goes, and the fire goes out.
Amazing. Did you? Oh, you cast prestidigitation. That's fucking hilarious.
That is fucking
did you
hilarious.
just make our campfires clap on?
Oh wait, no,
clap
you
off?
said somebody should be awake. And it comes back on.
Well, I can see in the dark. I can see
That's
better in the
really
dark.
funny.
So,
Hey, man, you gotta
you
let
can.
me get back in my tub first. I can't see in the dark like that.
Okay,
though.
okay. I'll turn it
I
off
said,
once
"Oh,
you go to
sorry,
bed.
I turned the fire back on."
I'll turn it
As-
off
as
when
he
you go
walks
to bed.
by.
Go away.
Kicks you in the shin. And,
I don't feel it through my scale mail.
No, not at all.
Hair.
just
Felt the
kick the shin
intention.
and just kick the shin guard. Jing.
God.
Yeah.
So I am a bit of a strange little
Dog.
hermit person.
Yeah.
And Velry does this, so I'm going to ask if Kyra does it. I collect teeth. Do I
Weird.
have teeth with me?
Jesus Christ.
If you have, as your character, made a decision that your character has collected teeth from things you have hunted and
Yeah.
and things like that, I would say you probably have a little pouch full of odds and
Little
ends
teeth.
and things like that.
Neat. Because I feel like Kyra is just tiny bit of a crow brain.
Sure, why not?
So I feel like Kyra might have like a little set of almost like casting bones
Sure.
that she just takes from periodically. I would like to try and make a new hair tie because the one that I made for myself is currently in Ewan's hair.
Sure. Go ahead and I'll say it's a truly not a high DC.
Yeah.
Roll a I would say roll wisdom
Okay.
plus proficiency.
Okay.
Fire sneaking into a fucking enemy camp and just leers over a guy. Give me your teeth.
Give me your teeth.
I don't think Kyra would ask. I think it's like post-death.
22.
Yeah, I mean
So much.
the difficulty was 5, so
Yeah.
yeah, you quite easily craft yourself a little tooth and bone hair tie.
Yeah. And I will.
I think there's.
Huh?
I was gonna say, I think that's still my favorite game changer moment.
Which
But-
one?
Fucking Zakayama going, "Give me your teeth."
Give me your teeth. That might be make some noise.
I think it was pre-make some noise.
Fair enough. But yeah, Kyra,
yeah.
you've got yourself a little hair tie.
Kyra, can you help me braid my hair again? Juniper's hair is just all over the place.
Juniper canonically has Merida hair, so.
Okay. Do you want me to like braid it in 2 pieces, or do you want it just one big braid?
One big braid.
Okay, easy enough. And I will get to work before Juniper goes to bed.
They start to get that set up. Ewan, you had another bit of.
I want to know what that stick's about.
You want to know what that 6 about?
The cat just curls up on the stick for an hour.
Yeah, for sure. You spend some time. I think. How long can you stay in your wild shape at this point?
An hour.
An hour. So about an hour goes by as everybody's winding down. Amenda's got his bucket of water ready to go. Kyra and Juniper finish with Juniper's hair. Ophalon is, I think, already technically passed out on the ground. This is and I'm really mad that this is the item that I rolled, but it's the item that you get, bud. You got a quarterstaff of warning. So this magical item warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
What am I? I add another stick to my repertoire.
You do.
Scale of 1 to 10, Kyle.
Yeah.
How upsetting is that?
I mean, I found I found an entire table for rolling what was in a used bag of holding. The first roll that I got was I got to roll 2 more times, so I rolled an elf arcanist, and I then rolled on the table for all of the different things that could possibly be in there, and by happenstance, every magical item that was in there had something to do with divination, and it's fucking hilarious.
Just a divination wizard.
Yeah.
Got clapped. Tried to steal from Smiley.
Because of the world that we're in, not really a wizard, but, you know, an arcanist, so...
a divination something.
Yeah, divination something.
Divin arcanist.
But yeah, you've got a really good stick. The evening begins to wind down. You are in a safe haven. Minimal watch is needed to be taken. The Lady Rhiannon, much like Ewan, only needs a 4-hour trance as the night progresses. Between the two of them and Kyra, you guys get a long rest and awake in the morning feeling very refreshed and get ready to head back out on the road.
That was an excellent haul. I knew as soon as he held this up, and he had been talking about eating people who had tried to steal from him, and then he pulled this out. I had a good feeling.
I'm not gonna lie, with the addition of the dragon's blood, this person did kind of seem like a little thiefy.
Yeah, honestly.
So I get it, you know. No offense to Smiley, but the man's got good taste.
All right. Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball. Breakfast is more berries.
So Rocket.
Jerky.
You guys have a nice, simple breakfast. Everybody, it's not difficult to get the cart back over to the road. The sun is rising. It's early morning, and you guys set out on another day of travel. Go ahead and somebody roll for me roll for me a D10, please.
I will.
Go for it.
That's a 0.
A 0.
Ooh,
It's a 10?
it's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yes, I know.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Wolfwan's like
What the
antsy.
fuck
He's
is
like,
that?
I want to scout ahead.
Oh, let's
Can
go,
I scout
bud.
ahead this time?
Go ahead.
is
You
that?
got it.
Sorry, this
Alright,
table
cool.
is a little difficult to read.
Oh man,
Okay,
just sitting
there we go.
shotgun in the cart. holding his crossbow. Ready for action. Typically on these tables, 10 is either nothing or horrible.
Caitlin, you deserve to get a new chair for your desk.
I really, really need a new chair.
Yeah, Travis. No, I'm kidding.
What? I got this fucking thing.
I
It's a
think we all
gaming
need
chair.
new chairs, if we're being
Gaming chairs are
honest.
the fucking biggest scam in video
I
games.
like
yeah.
my chair. My chair.
I like my office chair. Very nice.
Yeah,
I'm so
I
glad I,
need a,
didn't get $3.99.
I need a good office chair. We both do.
I want to get one that I can cross my legs on.
Dude, get one of the ones that have literally just a big ass seat. Like get like a love seat type one.
Yeah. I just
I
want to
wanna
make sure it
lose
has
weight
wheels.
so I can actually cross my legs on chairs again.
Check out
Understandable.
check out flexispot.com. They got a lot of office stuff, including like chairs,
Neat.
ergonomic ball stuff.
My ergonomic keyboard never leaves me bored. Okay, finally found the right part of this silly thing. What level are you guys?
4.
4.
Yeah.
What I thought. Okay. Oh, actually, this could be funny. Hold on.
Could be funny. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that.
Wonderful.
Quack, quack.
So Ophalon, you take off ahead to scout. You hear the lady because Rhiannon stays kind of ahead of the cart, keeping an eye on things, and you just zoom past and she says, "Wait, you just God, it just and Ophalon takes off. Ophalon, go ahead and roll a perception check at disadvantage as you sprint down the road.
Right.
No.
I love how there are 3 to 4 scouts in this party, and none of them are Ophalon.
Correct.
That's what I think makes us the funniest.
Let's see. We're starting with a 3
Ooh.
and a 12. So we're gonna go with a 3 plus 0
Wow.
Amazing.
Tackled by gelatinous
for-
ooze.
for a total of 3.
Love it, Travis.
I'm just standing on the in the wagon, like up against the seat, and just, oh, he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
There's just a dust trail behind me.
Ophalon, you like the Roadrunner, just fucking take off. He is very soon like the plains the lower plains of Ayara are relatively flat. There are definitely hills and like some rolling hills and stuff out there, but Ophalon, because of how tall some of the grass is out here, Ophalon goes out of sight pretty fast. Ophalon, you are zooming right ahead, doing this thing, and what'd you roll on your perception? A 12?
3.
A 3.
As you said, disadvantage.
Yeah. So you're zooming along, and you get maybe like a not even quite a quarter of a mile away, just like zooming up and around on the road, and in the middle of the road in front of you as you're running is just a boulder, and you're too fast, and you just whack. You just smash right into it. I would like you.
Can I roll ram damage?
I would like you to roll ram damage, please.
It's not a
Yes.
stupid boulder.
Ramage.
It's a rock.
Alright!
Apropos of nothing, Kyle, just kind of a little something to discuss is like with this subclass, like if I'm running at full speed, would I get like a harder hit?
No.
Okay, that's fair. No.
Not against a boulder.
This-
That's
This is
full
hilarious.
damage. 7.
7.
Ooh,
Nice.
7
you
bludgeoning
do-
damage.
You do 7 points of bludgeoning damage to this boulder, and you also take 7 points of bludgeoning damage to your head. As you crack your head and just fall right on your ass in the middle of the road, a little bit dazed.
Did I damage the boulder?
There's some pieces of it that crumbled
Ooh.
off. Omenda,
Kyle.
I will give you. I'll get to you in just a second. You guys haven't seen this yet, so give me
Well-
just a minute.
I had a question about
Yeah.
if I heard it or not, because if he's like a satyr type person,
Mhm.
it would have been like a huge like rat kind of noise.
I would say because you guys are out on the plains, I think you guys see Ophalon go out of sight, and about 30 seconds later, just hear a thud in the distance, like the sound of when two mountain goats like collide their heads together.
Ophalon kind of looks behind him, make sure that they didn't see it. I'm just gonna. He's gonna do a little
Yeah.
cure wounds on his head.
You stand up, and yeah, there's just like this boulder in the center of the road. And about this time, your allies are starting to catch up. The Lady Rhiannon first, and then the cart coming around the corner, and you all see Ophalon kind of scratching the back of his head, like looking at this boulder. I need everybody else's passive perceptions.
I regained my health.
12.
15.
14.
17.
10.
Shut up.
Ewan and Omenda, as you guys are, and also the Lady Rhiannon, as you all are wrapping up around the corner, you all see Ophalon kind of sitting there scratching the back of his head, like looking curiously at this boulder in the center of the road, not seeing the two very large beings with clubs in their hand that are coming at him from either side. I need you all to roll initiative.
Ooh.
Anybody within 30 feet of me is not
Let's
surprised.
see.
14.
Oh, wait. Gotta wait. I'll be
Two-
sad.
Too fast.
Do they have battle music on this thing?
They might.
Valerie, you were reacting. Oh, you were reacting to some of the stuff in my subclass earlier. Did you see? I have an effect. If someone's casting a concentration spell on me, I can focus on it, and if they lose concentration, I can maintain it.
That's fucking wild.
What the fuck?
Wow.
It's a wild subclass.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. It didn't have a
It
name,
is-
so it didn't
is-
have a name, so I called it assisted focus.
Look up like troll or orc or something. See what comes up with that shit.
It is the subclass of no, it didn't.
No.
True.
Okay.
That's
It's still going. It's still good. It's still
Counterpoint.
good.
It's
Nuh-uh.
just a case of nuh-uh.
The fuck
Objection!
You, the
Yeah.
fuck you mean?
And then
no?
so I have speed burst charges equal to half my level in this class plus my con modifier, and I can use one as a bonus action to either take the dash action and get a +1 to my AC until the start of my next turn, take the disengage action and my walking speed increases by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, or I can make a weapon attack against a creature I have not hit with an attack this turn.
okay.
That's pretty
So
cool.
so I believe I can cap out at 4 attacks in a turn. No, I don't have extra attack. I don't have extra attack yet.
We're just gonna go back to the old standby.
Here, I'm gonna send you a link, Kyle, to a list I found.
Okay. We'll use that next time. Okay. This should be the one I'm thinking of. Okay. And then go back to our picture here. All right. Get the encounter going. Juniper, what's that initiative?
15.
15. Ewan,
Natural 20. For a
For a
total of
total of-
24.
24. Omenda,
15.
15. Ophalon,
14.
14. Kyra.
A natural 20 for a total of 25.
25.
Yeah, 20s.
And
And I'm
then
assuming Amanda's going before me because of the higher dexterity.
yes.
That might be a little bit loud, but
It's good audio for me so far.
Yeah, and we can always edit the stream on our own if you wanted to. You just get it comfortable for you, I suppose.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay, now I gotta roll for these guys.
Because I do the opposite. My
That's
shit be
pretty
low key too
good.
low.
They do have a -1 to initiative though. They got a start. And yes, it should be Omenda before Juniper.
Yeah, my dex is 18.
Now I got a 15 in my dex.
Perfect. We begin combat. And again, we are continuing with Theater of the Mind for this campaign. So any clarification questions you have on your turn, do not be afraid to ask. I want to make sure everybody understands what's going on. I will set the stage at the moment. All of you have come up around the corner on your cart. The Lady Rhiannon is slightly ahead of you all. And you see Ophalon scratching his head, just looking at this boulder as these two large figures are coming out of the grass on either side of the road. And we will start initiative with Kyra. Kyra, the boulder, Ophalon, and the other two are currently about 70 feet from you.
70 feet. Okay. I have a range of 80, so that's pretty good. I will, trying to think of what I want to do. I apologize.
You're good.
Can I, roll, can I pull my bow off of my back? And, I'm gonna try, this is not Ensnaring Strike, I'm going to cast, with an arrow, I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns.
Hail of Thorns.
And I'm gonna focus it on the boulder, so that it hits the 5 feet all around it, so anything that's close to that. And if they're coming out of the grass, they'd be right on it.
Yep, that is true. So will Ophalon.
I will also call to Ophalon to get out of there.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not his turn.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and is it a save for these creatures?
I have to roll.
Or
I have
no,
to roll
you
an
cast.
attack.
Yeah,
Huh?
you cast Hail of Thorns. It's a concentration spell until you launch it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your. Well. Hold on.
I have to make sure that I have the spells open too because I'm the DM and
Okay.
I know things.
Damn, you really. I'm proud of you, Kyle. I just trust my players.
It's next time you hit a creature with a ranged attack before the
Yes.
spell ends. So I need to focus it on one of them.
Yes.
So I will. I don't want to hit Oaf though.
If you're just targeting one of them and it's any creature within 5 feet of it, it would just be these creatures.
Okay, cool.
Like
will
it
do-
would just be one of these creatures. So don't. You're gonna hit only one of them, but you're gonna
Okay.
do extra damage to it. So.
Okay.
Damn.
Can I tell what these are?
Go ahead and make a. You can make a history check or a nature check.
14 for nature.
14 for nature. You're in the land of gods and giants. And though the giants have been, there are the kind of noble giants, the storm, the cloud, the frost, and even the fire. There are lesser giants. You've heard of the cyclopses and other things like that. These are hill giants, the lowest, basest form of giants that aren't even technically part of the grander ordning of the giants. They are not known to live in like societies. They mostly live in singles or pairs out in the hills, and they tend to just brutally murder anything they come across. So what did you roll to hit?
Valerie, you're muted.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I rolled an 18 plus...
It's definitely gonna hit.
27.
And are you aiming at the one to the left or the right of Ophalon?
I will do the one to the right.
Got it. Go ahead and roll your regular damage, and I'm gonna roll a dexterity saving throw for the big boy.
Okay.
And go ahead and add that extra d10 piercing, because he did fail.
I will also favor this guy. Because it's just if I hit it.
Yeah, you can add favored foe
So.
once you hit. Yep.
Yeah. That is a d6 and a d4. Oh, that was trash roll. Ugh. 8 damage, and then I also add a d10.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good. Plus 8 piercing damage.
So 16 total?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Mhm.
You launch this arrow. Do you launch it from the back of the cart?
I probably because the draft horses are like in a line together, right?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
will probably get on the back of one of them and fire it from there.
Got it. Yeah. Kyra, you jump out and you pull back the string of your bow and fire. I think this was the first time you've used Ensnaring Strike. You've used Hail of Thorns. What does it look like?
So, the bright red cord that is on Kyra's bow, that is her bowstring. She notches the arrow, she pulls it back, and the cord starts to shine, like glow, at like a deep like holly red. And then the color like seeps into the arrow, and then into the point, and she releases it, and it splinters into a bunch of little like holly thorns, and just like directionally attack this guy.
Yeah.
Like little tiny missiles.
Yeah. And it goes into this creature, and you see this this hill giant like has its great club like raised in the air, like it's about to smash it down on Ophalon's head, and then all of these little thorny arrow pieces just like hit it in the face and in the neck and stuff, and you hear Anidrashna! As it's very, very sad, very upset by what just happened. Is that the end of your turn, Kyra?
Yeah, I will, before the turn ends, I will, look back at, Ewan or Juniper, and just, can one of you guys get me closer?
Okay. You say that. At the end of your turn, Ewan, it's your go.
Well, that kind of felt like an invitation of sorts. I think Ewan is going to his position on the cart. He's going to crawl beneath Kyra's legs as his form begins to swell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get you a little closer. And I will turn into a dire wolf as I
Yeah,
pull her up and off of this horse.
love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as my bonus action because that is what my feature costs me. And then I'm going to run. What's the movement speed? 60 feet is my movement speed.
Okay. Yeah, you can get so with your movement, you get within 10 feet of these creatures and Ophalon. You have an action still.
I have no. That is a different kind of creature that does that. I will. Can I just dash and just keep running into the one that Kyra did not shoot?
Yeah,
Just gonna bowl him over.
go for it.
I'm big. I don't. What would I roll for that? Would that be athletics? Okay.
Are you trying to knock it over?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Or pounce on it.
It is a, let's see. What size of a creature is a dire wolf?
Large.
Large. I believe the next size up from large is huge.
Yeah, it is.
So you can technically make an attempt to shove this creature. So using the dire wolf statistics, make an athletics check.
Okie dokie. All right, direwolf. Hey, it has a +3. It isn't proficient. So, 13.
I rolled a natural 2 plus 5. So
Oh, let's
you go up and you manage. This one also has its club raised up in the air as it was preparing to just squash Ophalon like a bug. And you manage to just jump forward and put both of your paws right into its side, and it just tilts it off balance, and it just falls over, knocking it prone.
Roo. That is all. Thank you.
Love that. That's the end of Ewan's turn, bringing us to Homenda Hector.
Hell yeah, dude.
You're about
So-
70 feet away.
Okay, and the hill giant on the right has already been menaced a little bit, right? And did
Yep.
the hill giant on the left get any
The,
action?
yeah, and the hill giant on the left is the one that got knocked over. The hill
Oh,
giant
okay.
on the right is the one that Kyra shot.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I am going to go ahead and run my 25 feet up, and I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow.
Yeah.
Which how far would I be at that point?
You would be at 20 feet. You would be at 55 feet, I think.
Okay, so that's in like the like
No,
far
45
reach.
feet. Sorry, 45.
That's in like the far reach for my crossbow.
It's
there's-
the second number after the
Yes.
slash. So that would mean you can make the shot. It's at disadvantage because it's at your long range.
Okay. Yeah, I do it anyway.
Okay.
I still shoot it, and where are my dice? In my hand. They are. I'll do this one. That is disadvantage. So that's damn. I rolled 15 on the first one, and then I rolled a 3 on the second one.
For a total of
For a total of 9.
9. A 9 unfortunately misses. It's not so much that the bolt misses. It's just you think you're far enough away that the thick hide of this giant doesn't allow the bolt to stick. So it actually just bounces off of it.
And then pretty much the only other thing that I would like to do, because I don't really have anything special. Let me actually see, because I know some stuff I can do low key, like at will, or like as like a charge or something. Ooh, dang! I didn't realize it was a bonus action, or I would have done it.
What were you gonna do?
Misty Step.
I would say you know your abilities. You could
Yeah.
absolutely have Misty stepped. Yeah.
Yeah. So can I Misty step in and shoot it? Because I'd be well within range.
Yeah. I would allow you to do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're still in the early
Um,
game. I'm still a forgiving god.
You want me to re-roll it or take the first roll? That I got?
The first roll was a 15. Sure, I'll take it. A 15. Yeah, if you rolled a 15 on the die, that is gonna hit.
Cool.
And because it's within 5 feet of Ophalon, you get your additional extra, I think, 1d6 sneak attack damage.
Yeah. So I
Uh,
rolled 2d6s for damage now, and I'll only put the bonus on one of them, right?
hmm.
I only put like one of the damages, right?
Correct. Correct. You roll your damage from your crossbow and then just add an extra d6 from sneak attack.
Yeah. Alrighty, that'll be 6 plus 4 for the first one for what is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 5 on the sneak attack, making it 15.
15 points of damage.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 15. Boop. Ooh, no. I went out of the encounter. Oh.
No.
Yeah. You, Omenda, you, hop off of the cart, run a little bit, and then, like, jump, and in midair just turn into, like, water vapor. And then
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
and then reappear 30 feet further down the road, land, and just fire your crossbow.
I believe I described it as like he like ran and then like fell into a puddle and then came out of another one.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is no puddles here, unfortunately.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you get out there and
Yep.
you hit him. You hit him for a decent little chunk of damage. Is at the end of your
Nice.
turn.
Yep, that's all I got. And that's all I kind of
Perfect.
wanted to do.
Juniper, that's your go. These guys rolled trash initiative.
They always do. For some
Not as
reason.
bad as Travis's, though.
Sorry, Travis.
Just a quick roast, real quick.
Oh wait, no, hold on.
Travis rolled a 14.
Travis still goes before these guys because their dexterity is awful. So you had the same initiative as them. It's just their dexterity is bad.
Travis about
So-
to fucking cut some Achilles tendons.
But yeah, Juniper, take your turn.
So where is everybody in front of me?
So Ophalon is right up at the boulder. Kyra and Ewan. Kyra is on Ewan's back. Ewan has just knocked over one of the giants. Omenda is 55 feet ahead, so he's still about 15 or so feet from the whole action. You are back on the cart. You are 70 feet from everything that's going on right now.
Okay. Juniper is going to also Misty Step
There you go.
into the fray.
Go for it.
Appearing by the prone one.
So you're 70 feet away. Misty Step only gets you 30 feet.
Yeah, I know.
So,
But
okay.
like, I'm going to be targeting the one that's prone.
Okay, I understand. So yeah, so you shunt yourself 30 feet forward. You're within 40 feet of this prone creature. You're actually within 40 feet of both of them, but you know.
And Eldritch Blast.
You want to Eldritch Blast the prone one?
Yeah.
Okay, that will be at disadvantage because it's a ranged attack against a prone enemy.
Would it be a disadvantage for the other one?
Nope, he's not prone.
Okay.
So, melee attacks against prone enemies have advantage. Ranged attacks have disadvantage against prone enemy.
I did not know that. So
Yep.
I will do an Eldritch Blast at the one that is not prone.
Perfect.
That is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Oh, absolutely, that hits.
And that is only 7 damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. You shoot out a blast of force energy, knocking it. This one giant has just had a rough time so far.
And I'm gonna just go ahead and end my turn there.
Okay. The end of Juniper's turn. Ophalon, you were sitting there looking at this rock, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of chaos started happening around you. You look to your left. You see a large, giant-like creature has just been knocked over by Kyra riding a wolf. You look to your right, and you see another one of these creatures with a bunch of like thorny arrows in it get blasted with a little bit of force. Yeah, there's some chaos happening.
All right. Let's see here. Beating things real quick. Okay. So one is down prone.
Yep.
The other is like dazed, kind of.
It's not like under any status effects, but it's been
Right.
hit a few times in the last 6 seconds.
And how much bigger is it than I am?
You are a medium creature. It is a huge creature, so it is considered to be 2 size categories larger than you.
All right. Let's see here then. I will go towards the one that's currently standing
Mhm.
and attempt to attack its leg.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
As a natural 20.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's fucking get it.
Roll double the amount of dice that you would roll,
Right.
and then add your bonuses.
So that's 7 plus 3 for 10 damage.
10 damage.
10 damage.
Beautiful. Anything else for your turn, Ophalon? That's just your action. You've
yeah.
barely moved. You've got a bonus action as well.
As a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and expend one of my speed bursts.
Okay.
And I'm going to wheel and run towards the other one. And I'm just going to try and bring my scimitar down right into its head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, this one. That's a 16.
That does hit.
Tight. Good enough.
IB.
So. It's 2d4 on my scimitar, so I didn't actually roll enough dice on that last one. Add another 3.
Okay.
I forgot that it's 2d4 base, not 2d4.
Those are really good. I like
Yeah.
those little drinks. They're really good. Little Coke
Hell yeah,
drinks.
my dude. Hell yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7. That time it was 7 damage to the one that's down.
Another 7 damage.
To the one that's down.
Oh, that was on the other one?
3 extra damage to the first guy from the extra dice I didn't roll.
Okay. Did you roll with advantage against the one that was knocked down?
Oh no.
Because it's prone, and you're making a melee attack.
That's 16. That's so 21.
Okay. So it's still. I was just
Yeah.
making sure you didn't get another crit.
That's
so,
fair.
You do 7 damage
Yeah,
against
7
the other
damage
one.
to the other one. And then I will back up a bit so that I can get a better look at these two.
Okay. Do any of your subclass things make it so people can't take opportunity attacks against you?
Not unless I use a speed burst to use disengage.
Okay. So as you take a few steps back to assess the situation, the hill giant that you initially hit is going to take a swing at you as you take a few steps away. Actually, how far do you back up?
5 feet.
It doesn't.
Fair enough.
It's got a reach of 10. You don't actually leave its threatened area, so it doesn't make an opportunity attack against you. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty. It is now the hill giants go. The one that is prone on the ground is going to use half of its movement to stand, kind of lumbering up. It says, "You all speak giant," and it's kind of speaking in a broken language, and it says, "This was supposed to be easy, you stupid!" And he's going to take his club and he's going to swing it right at Ewan's Wolven form. That's gonna be a lot to hit. That's a 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that.
Can I silvery barbs that?
Sure.
Wait. Who gets the advantage?
You thought this would be easy. You shouldn't have attacked us.
That's a
asshole.
24 to hit.
24
I
still.
tried.
That is going to be.
I'm fine. We're chilling.
Hey, God.
And who's next in the run?
It's back to the top of the initiative in
So
Kyra.
I'll give you that that advantage there, Valerie.
Cool. Did Lady Rhiannon roll for
She
initiative?
did. She's at the bottom of the initiative, unfortunately.
Rough.
She rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
13.
That's rough, buddy.
The club smashes into you, Ewan, doing 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
We're chilling.
And then as it swings through, it's going to lift the club up and bring it down on Kyra's head on your back.
Actually fucked the wolf up a lot.
That's going to be a 17 to hit Kyra.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
Okay. 11, 16, 21 points of bludgeoning damage to Kyra. And Kyra, I'm going to ask for you to make for me a dexterity saving throw.
$22.
Okay. You are dislodged from the back of Ewan's form,
Ouch.
but you do not get knocked prone. You land on your feet.
I should have got knocked out. Dog faster.
The other hill giant is going to spin around, and it is going to it is going to grab the boulder
Oh God.
and lift it up above its head, and it's going to chuck it at Omenda, it's going to chuck it at Juniper, who's the last person that hit it. So it's going to lift the boulder and throw.
Good thing you got that mail.
Good God. Does he have to roll for that?
He does have to roll for that.
Roll low.
He did not.
Hashtag just roll low.
Can I barbs that boy?
If you would like to silvery barbs, that would be a good idea.
I will barbs the boy.
Barbs the boy. Okay.
And is it
That
Juniper
took it.
next in the cycle?
That took it's Kyra next inside, but Kyra. So it would be Ewan after Kyra. Kyra already has advantage from.
Okay. Yep.
From,
I'll give it to you.
It's very good that you did that silvery barbs. That took that rock throw from a nat 20 to a natural
God.
1.
Yeah!
Yeah!
It
Drop on his head.
It picks up the boulder. You say something to it, Omenda, and it looks at you, and it looks like it tries to decide whether or not it's gonna throw it at you or Juniper, and it just makes the jerking motion to throw, and it just slips through its fingers and bonk, crashes
Nice!
into its head.
Nice.
I would like you, Omenda, to roll 3d10 for me.
3d10. Shit.
Yeah, if that had hit Juniper, it was going to be 6d10 plus 5
Oh God.
from that boulder.
Oh, that might have
Right.
killed me.
Yeah, it
Oh,
wouldn't have been
almost
great.
definitely.
What a tone
D10.
shift!
This one. Here we go. That's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 7. So that's a 17.
17 plus 5. Or did you already do the plus 5?
I did not.
You did not. So 17 plus 5 is 22 points of damage to this big boy.
Hell yeah.
I do need to ask for Ophalon, who is quite close by, to make a dex save so that you don't get squished by the boulder as it falls off this thing's head.
Uh-oh. So that's a dex save.
Do never steal from. I'm the accent's gone. I'm eating.
That's
one
an
of them.
that's a 10.
Oh no.
A 10 is hold on. A 10 is what you needed. You're good. Don't worry about it.
God.
It just lands next to him, and you just like just kind of bounce out of the way a little bit. That's the end of the giant's turn. One of these giants is pretty fucked up. That boulder wasn't good for him. You see, he drops the boulder on his head, and he's like, "Oh!" And the other one over there, "You stupid! This plan's stupid." That is the end of the giants' turns. They're not smart enough to even attempt to move. That's gonna be the Lady Rhiannon.
Also, Kyle, I didn't mention I did petty up correctly while I was making the Swiftblade subclass up.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually counting Vicious Mockery in my spell list now.
Oh good.
Fuck yeah.
Where did Rhiannon's spell thing go? Not spell thing. Fucking character sheet. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Made it so long ago. Let's see. The Lady Rhiannon is going to click her heels into her wonderful horse Epona, and she is going to ride forward. She will run right up to the and she will run right up and place herself in a position. She won't get between Ewan, the wolf form of Ewan, and the hill giant, but she will be within about 15 feet of all of that. And she is going to pull out her bow and take 2 shots at this giant. Those are both gonna hit. She's going to do okay, that's going to do. She's not going to use her oath bow features on these fucking giants. That just seems like a silly idea. 6 plus 1. She's going to do some damage to that guy. As both arrows lodge into its shoulder blade. And then she will, as a bonus action, as a bonus action, she would have Hunter's marked it, so I'll just do another 2d6 of damage there. So another 10 damage from her. Perfect. Boop. That is the end of the initiative, and it's going to bring us right back up to Kyra.
The one that just got smacked in the head with a rock is the same one
Yeah.
that I Hailethorned, right?
Correct.
So is it on the ground?
It has not been knocked prone.
Okay.
However, it is technically in the stunned condition after dropping a rock on its head. So
Okay.
any attack against it has advantage.
Okay, I'm going to shoot an arrow at it, because that's what I do, and I'm going to Hexblade's curse it.
Go for it.
$23,
Okay. That definitely hits.
and then I will 23, and that is a D6, a D4, and another, and I get +2. Okay. I'm going to with my Piercer's ability, I'm going to re-roll this 3 that I just rolled.
Okay.
And I will take this 6 instead.
Okay.
12
Say,
points
also-
of damage.
I will say also because you had a gifted silvery barbs, you had advantage on the attack roll, but because you had that extra silvery barbs, you can re-roll one of those dice. Because the silvery barbs, you have to use it on your next d20.
Oh, okay. I will, I can re-roll one of my dice for damage.
You can re-roll one of the dice on the to hit.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
Just in case you crit.
Okay.
No, like in case you crit or something.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I did not crit. I
Crits.
got a 16.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. But yeah, I will shoot him in his fucking head.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
15 points of damage. Piercing damage.
Damage. Yeah, he's not looking good at all. And you made sure to add because you get like an extra +2 from Hexblade's curse, right?
17. No, not 17. 14.
Perfect. All right. Anything else for your turn, Kyra?
Negative. I've got nothing else.
Copy that. Ewan, you're a wolf.
I'm a wolf.
Bow,
The
bow.
one that just beat the shit out of me,
Yeah.
cracked a couple of ribs there, is still within. We're still like in combat with each other, right? We're not like
Yes.
we haven't been separated by anything. I'm just gonna run up and I'm gonna bite him.
Go for it.
That's that's what we do. Is anybody also threatening this creature?
Ophalon technically is.
I get advantage from my pack attack.
Yes, you do.
Get him.
Two
You
initially.
also had a silvery barb, so you get to re-roll
Yes.
one of those as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, why not?
Fantastic.
Well, the total to hit is 19.
That definitely hits. Yeah.
All right, and then it's 2d6 plus 3 for 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. Got it.
And for the low price of my bonus action and 1 key point, I'm gonna do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
fucking do
fucking
it
do it again.
several more times, actually. So the next attack is 24 to hit. My bonus action attack is a 24 to hit,
Roll damage.
and the other one, because I'm gonna flurry anyway, is a 20 to hit.
Yeah. Both hit. Roll damage.
Fantastic. 13 for the second attack, and 13 again for the third attack.
Amazing. Very quickly, as this dire wolf form just shreds into this hill giant. He's also now looking
He
pretty
bite
rough.
into the tender flesh of both thighs.
Yeah.
For the first two. It's really bringing him low there.
Absolutely.
And that's my I have my movement. I think I'm just gonna circle around it a few times.
Okay. Bow bow. At the end of Ewan's go, it is Omenda's go.
Alrighty. How close am I to the one that I shot?
You are. Let's see. You ran 25 feet. You misty stepped. That's 55. You're within 15 feet at this point.
Okay. So 15 feet of about both of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And one of them is on their knees?
One of them is. They're both standing, but one of them is technically stunned right now. So any attacks against it have advantage.
Okay.
That's the one on the right.
Okay. I'll go ahead. I'm gonna run at the one on the right.
Yeah.
And I am going to, because they're huge, right?
Yeah.
Because I am technically a small creature, I think.
Correct.
So they're way bigger than me. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and climb up on his fucking fat head,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna I'm gonna use my bonus action to reload my crossbow, and I'm gonna aim it
Amazing.
right at his noggin.
Would you you would like to rather than using like your jump or anything, you would like to attempt to climb the creature?
I'll jump. Yeah, I'll like whichever is
I
most
just
apt,
don't know.
yeah.
Does your jump require your bonus action? I guess.
Let me actually see. I will double check my grung, my little leapy leap. Oh, look at that. It isn't even in my what's it called?
Kyle, just because it's pertinent to this situation, that giant that I attacked actually needs to make 3 strength saving throws.
Understood.
It's DC 13, so they'll probably succeed, but
It doesn't say anything. I think it kind of just extends my normal long jump and high jump stuff. Yeah, because it just says your long jump is up 25 feet and your high jump is up to 15 feet with or without a running start.
Oh, then yeah, you absolutely could just jump up right onto this thing's shoulders.
Bang. We'll do it.
And you can go ahead and you do not have the crossbow expert feat, correct?
I do not.
So you will, because you're close up to it and you're going to shoot it, you will now have disadvantage, but because it's stunned, it cancels out. So it's a straight roll.
Oh, would it matter if it were a hand crossbow, like the actual single-handed?
No, like that, like that's just how ranged weapons work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did want to say. Cool. So just a singular. Cool. We'll do that. Let me go back.
Jacob, it got an 8 on one of the strength saves.
it is not.
Okay.
16 to hit. Oh, I got a regular. Actually, never mind.
Regular.
Yeah, 16 to hit.
16 to hit does hit.
Cool.
Roll that damage because Ophalon is also it's stunned and Ophalon is nearby. You also get your sneak attack damage. So
nice.
Fuck it up.
That makes it 8 plus 2. That's 4 plus 4 plus 2 on the sneak attack. Makes it 10 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay on his head. I don't care.
Go for it. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Perfect. That's gonna bring us to Juniper's turn.
Give me just a minute.
Okay.
Mid-fight snack break.
Understood.
Understandable.
Sometimes you need a senzu bean.
Sometimes you need a senzu beans. Truly.
Okay.
All
I'm
the
back. There are still 2 giants, yes?
Correct. One of them is was knocked prone again. by the wolven form of Ewan, and the other one is still standing. The one that dropped the rock on its head is still standing, but it is stunned.
No.
So any attacks against it have advantage.
I'ma throw another Eldritch Blast at that one.
Do it.
Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Get Eldritch Blasted.
That is a 19 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll that damage.
That is 12 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I don't know.
Describe how it dies.
I feel like the force topples it over, and it just lands on the rock.
Yeah, the force damage like blasts into its head and knocks it off. It's already stunned, and it starts to tip. It's like, and it tips over backwards, and it just cracks its head on the boulder and just slumps to the ground, fully dead. Anything else for your turn, Juniper?
Juniper winces a little bit at that.
Yeah.
'Cause ouch.
Yeah.
But no, that's all she got.
Love it. Ophalon, that's your go. There is one boy left, and he is currently prone.
Is that the one I'm standing on, or is that the one that?
No, the one you're Omenda, make a dexterity saving throw for me. As the one that you were standing on is now very dead.
17.
You're good. You just hop right off as it falls, and you just land on top of the rock and just watch as like bits of its brains kind of slide down the side of the boulder.
He just makes makes like intense ribbit noises. Just
Yeah.
We're gonna rush the prone one, and on my way to it, we're gonna cast True Strike.
Yeah.
I've never
That's a
actually
bonus.
seen anyone ever use that spell.
Well, it
Kyle made
helps.
it viable.
Kyle made it a bonus action, which is a smart thing to do. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make an attack at its head.
Did you just cast True Strike to give yourself advantage?
Yes.
It's prone. You already have advantage.
Oh, right. That's right. Never mind.
But good looking out.
Good
Alright,
looking
so
out.
that's not great. That's better. 17.
Hits. Roll damage.
Man, we really said sit down while we beat you to death.
He said,
10.
steal from who? Eat who?
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a wine and dine kind of broad. I'm anything
And
but
would you
easy.
like to use your bonus action extra strike as well?
It has to be against a creature I haven't hit with an attack this turn. I will action surge, however.
Go.
Amanda would truly just be like, just like going crazy.
Yeah. Like the toad sages in Naruto.
That's
Just
another.
Yeah.
That's another 17.
Yep. Roll damage.
It's a good way to use silvery barbs, honestly.
Yes, it is.
And that's another 10 damage.
Another 10 damage. Is that the end of your turn, Ophalon?
Yep.
All right. This hill giant is looking real rough. He's going to use his half of his movement to stand. Look over at his dead ally, friend, maybe just business partner. You're not sure. He just looks over, and you just hear him say, "Stupid," and he turns and he dashes away into the grass. Ophalon
He can't
and
be that fast.
gonna bite his
Ophalon
ankles.
and Ophalon and Ewan both get attacks of opportunity.
I love pack.
Who goes first?
This hill
Doesn't
giant
matter.
truly cannot go.
All right,
go
I'll
that
go first.
fast. That was truly in world. Who goes first?
It's an 18. Shit.
Yeah, roll damage.
Well,
12
You-
does not hit.
6.
6 points of damage. This hill giant gets another slash from Ophalon as he runs, but he runs 60 feet off into the to the grass. Still very visible. He's much taller than the grass, but he is running. That is the end of the hill giants go. Rhiannon is going to just kind of watch it run, and she's going to fire an arrow at it. That hits. That misses. So she is going to do.
Rhiannon with the fucking Looney Tunes shot, just arcing it, and you just see the giant.
I like how
headlong
you
into
say
the
Looney
ground.
Tunes shot as if arcing an arrow isn't a very legitimate battle tactic. That's
I know, but
hundreds of years.
specifically with the timing of a cartoon.
She launches it. It lodges into this thing's shoulder, and it just keeps running.
God.
It's real bad though. That is the end of the Lady Rhiannon's turn. We arrive at Kyra Tornthig's turn. The creature is running away. It's truly up to you to decide what you're doing in this situation.
Throw me. No, I'm not even talking.
It did bop you real bad.
Did bop you real bad.
It did knock you off of Ewan.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah. Don't roll damage. How do you want to do this? It has 1 HP left.
I will hop up onto the rock next to
Yeah.
Omenda just to get
Yeah.
a better vantage point, and this is for hitting me in the fucking head.
Yeah.
And the eyes will like flame up,
Yeah.
and the point of the arrow will like ignite, and
Yeah.
then it just fires straight into the back of
Yeah.
this thing's head.
Nice.
This thing's running away. It's like it's like breathing hard. It's like and then an arrow truly goes right through its skull, and it just face plants into the grass. You just hear as it falls face forward, dead.
Fuck. That thing smacked the shit out of me. Overland, that's why you don't run ahead of everybody.
Yeah,
What?
maybe don't do that again next time, will ya?
I was scouting.
No. Lady
You don't
Rhiannon,
scout and hit your head.
myself, and the dog scout.
What? But I'm faster.
That doesn't matter. You're not as perceptive to the world around you. You go too fast.
Practice makes perfect. I still gotta learn how to be fast.
How about for the rest of the day?
But in the future, you take the rear. Huh?
Or you can you can head
But
behind us.
I can't be fast behind everybody.
You can run backwards and scout behind us and see if we're getting followed by anybody.
Yeah, but what happens if I get attacked by something and you guys are like way ahead? What if you don't hear it?
Well, then
Then I'm gonna die. Then I could die.
I don't think that'd be too bad. But
What? You don't think it'd be too bad if I died?
Huh? I didn't say that. I did not say that.
That certainly sounded like what you said.
Either way, hey. Either way. I just don't want you to get hurt. And the rest of us are better at keeping an eye on things. So,
What do you
how
mean?
about
I'm perfectly fine. Look at
no,
me.
how about
I didn't take a scratch.
how about
Man.
for the rest of the day, you just
Bar battle tramps.
do laps around the carriage or the wagon while we're heading that way. Please.
Why don't you sit up front with me and shotgun while I, clean my crossbow?
I'll think about it.
Yeah, okay. You think about it, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and get right back in the top of the thing.
Can I go through this giant's items?
Oh yes.
Yeah, you can make
Obviously.
an investigation check.
May I
Ooh.
assist for advantage?
Yeah, go for it.
I would like to run to the other one.
Sure.
Don't fall.
20. That's a tiny
Uh,
20.
The giant whose brains are smashed all over this rock has a massive great club that none of you can lift.
Yeah.
And it has in its truly like very primitive loincloth. This thing was fully like naked from the waist up. It just had like a little loincloth thing going up. There is something resembling a pocket. You reach in and it's just rotten meat.
Ew, 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 ew.
Well, maybe they were just hungry. Maybe if they were a little bit more smart, we might have just, gave them
I
some
prestidigitate it. I like flick my wrist, and all of it like slimes off with
Ah.
prestidigitation.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're all right. You're all right.
Juniper looks at Ewan. Ewan, can you please go with Ophalon to make sure he's okay?
Kyra, how much damage?
Ophalon's gone. Like he ran off like 30.
Which is why
45
Juniper
seconds
is
ago.
asking the person currently in the form of a dire wolf to go after
Yeah,
you.
I'm also very fast. With my I can get to that giant really quickly. So I'll look at you and I'll squint and then I'll look at the rock and then I'll bound off after Ophalon.
How much damage did you take, Phil?
A lot.
A lot.
22, right?
21 points of damage.
I'll go ahead and cast a second level healing words on you, my pal.
Ophalon, what are you doing, you and not far behind, as you arrive at the corpse of the other giant?
I like to pick through its pockets as well, see if it had anything on it.
Eh.
I'm not gonna ask. You have a dire wolf with a good sense of smell. This giant has a great club that none of you can lift, and a pocket in a loincloth that has a dead, it's not rotten, but it's very clearly like a half-eaten boar
Eh.
that's just like tucked into its pocket
Okay.
here.
I will pull the half-eaten boar out and just carry it in my mouth. Not by the portion the giant has eaten from.
Does he come
Does
like
Amanda
trotting
see
back
this?
to the rest of the group with that in his fucking
Yes, he
mouth?
does. Yes, he
Ewan,
does.
no,
Absolutely.
no, Ewan, put
No.
it down.
Put that,
No.
put that god darn thing down, all right?
You're
Hey,
gonna get
not allowed.
sick.
Ewan runs around to the back of the cart.
No, 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 and I won't like chase
Oh,
after him.
Amanda now jumping in from shotgun, going to the back. No.
Okay.
You're tiny. He jumps over you and just dumps it in the back of the cart and just pants in your face.
Ah.
Ah. I liked you better as a tree person. Get out. No animals in the cart. No animals in the cart. And
The
start
horses
kicking
are
the air.
very uncomfortable
I'm gonna
with the whole situation, but especially with the dire wolf.
You're making them uncomfortable. Come on, get. Starts fucking with him, kicking him out of here.
I'm gonna lay on top of Omenda.
I'm going to take the piece of boar out of the back of the cart and yeet it as hard as possible into the woods or into the grasslands.
Yeah, he makes it a little ways. It's pretty heavy. Boars
Yeah.
are big.
For sure.
But yeah.
After about 3 minutes of pinning Omenda, Ewan gets out of the cart and walks behind it.
Yeah.
Amanda shoots a crossbow bolt.
The
like,
wagon.
Not at him, but
Yeah.
next to him. Like, I get you.
Very
Alright.
lucky.
Ewan picks it up and walks up to you and drops it at your feet.
Good boy.
Very luckily, when the giant lifted the boulder and it cracked it on the head, it fell in such a way that you guys can maneuver the cart past it without having to go off of the road. And the Lady Rhiannon looks at you all. She says, "Well done. I hope your first taste of the dangers of the island wasn't, well, you all did well. Well done."
That's it. Shoot, I think this is gonna be pretty easy.
We must be pretty comical to watch, aren't we?
I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I go for
Sorry.
it, Caitlin.
This is nothing compared to how we ended up on the island.
Let's not. No.
Lady Rhiannon just kind of chuckles and she said, "You all are definitely talented. Your abilities are quite useful, and well, yeah, I'm impressed. I think we'll make good traveling partners. Well, we've got a bit more traveling to do today, but we'll let's get back on the road, shall we?"
Juan just comes up and just ambles up, chewing mildly. The other one had half a boar on it.
What? Y'all got? Y'all still?
Why are
eating off
you
that nasty
eating
boar?
it?
Hey.
And he just holds up the bag of jerky, like,
Oh, thank all of the
Oh,
gods.
thank God. Yeah. All right.
No.
Show me a piece. That's what I'm talking about. Nice.
Ophalon, I would like you to make a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Slobbers on it.
uh-oh.
The grung truly just slobbers on it with his fucking gooey mouth.
Oh, that's a 17 and an 8. So we're
Amazing,
gonna go with
Paul.
the 8.
Noted.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, I don't think
boy.
it was important because at least in the battle, it wasn't important. We do need to remember that Ophalon and Juniper are at disadvantage on all ability checks because of their levels of exhaustion.
Oh, right.
So do keep that in mind as we travel. It is almost 10 o'clock. We can take a little break and play a little longer if people want, or if we need to stop for the night, I am totally fine with that as well. We can say that you guys, the rest of the day goes unimpeded until you get to a camping spot that night and are able to set up your camp once again.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm starting the fire with a snap.
Yeah. So what would you guys like to do? Would you like to take a little break and then play a little more, or would you like to call it for the night? I know 10 is pretty late for some of us, so.
I'm good to keep going if
Yeah,
Caitlin
I'm
is.
down. I'm good to go.
I'm down.
would
Yeah.
love a quick break.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
take a
a
break.
quick
Um,
5-10.
And just for go a little quicker, we're probably not going to RP for every night of the journey. When we come back from our break, it's going to be we're going to roll some perception checks for the nighttime,
Mhm.
but then we'll just go straight into the next day of travel. So
Nice.
see you guys in about 5 to 10 minutes.
It is now unpaused.
Bueno. Alrighty. Yeah, you guys find camp here your second night. You've traveled about 35 miles today. You get camp set up. And I'm going to presume most nights that it will be Ewan and Kyra and Lady Rhiannon keeping watch, because you have two elves that only need 4 hours of trancing for their long rest. And then Kyra operates pretty good at night with dark vision. So I will ask Ewan and Kyra to each make me a perception check for their portions of the watch that night.
17.
Okay.
Six.
You know what, Kyle? Actually,
Yeah.
I will use my last use of wild shape for the day and spark the little connection to my new companion. So she can give me advantage on my perception check
Oh, understood. Yeah.
and help me. That's better. 19.
19. Yeah. Yeah. Lady Renan also rolled pretty decent. Yeah. The night goes fine. None of you see or hear anything wild and crazy out there. The next day comes. You all hitch up the horses once again, and off you trot. We will.
Clear to hit that long rest button, boss.
Yes, absolutely. 100%,
Nice.
friends.
Thank you.
No, noise.
Yeah. Okay.
Tight.
Damn, Kyra got fucking golfed off of Ewan's back yesterday.
Did get golfed, yeah.
She's probably
Um,
sore this morning.
I would like for anybody who wants to go ahead and roll a d6 for me today. Or no, I'm sorry. Hold on. The amount. Let me check the amount of, because there's about 5 days left of travel. So that's going to be, yes, roll a d6 for me.
I'll roll it. That's a 2.
I'm sorry. It's a d8. This table
Oh.
is difficult to read.
D8.
Yep.
That's a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Oh.
Roll for me another d8.
Oh no.
So we've
That
decided
many?
what it is.
Place
Now
What
how
was the
many?
roll of 5?
4.
4.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Roll 2.
the average
No.
amount.
Okay. The day progresses with little to no issue. You guys are traveling along the road. The cart wheels, clattering against this cobbled road, which is pretty well taken care of, despite the fact that there's really nothing but wilderness to either side of it. You see throughout the day a few carts as well, going in the opposite direction, heading towards Dinas Undad with like trade goods on them. You see a little halfling on a box at the front of a cart with just a single donkey pulling it, and he gives you a cheery wave as you're passing by. Yeah.
Amanda just. No, it's.
Everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me.
18.
Ooh, that's a 24.
15.
12.
10.
Anybody that got above a 15, you notice that the halfling's cart, which his is really more like a wagon. It's able to be pulled by a single mule or
Maybe
a single
covered by a
donkey.
tarp at best.
But you see like stacks of like burlap sacks that are just stacked in the back of this cart, yeah, there's just a it's just like plain white beige burlap, yeah, he passes right on by.
Would Ominda with the high roll that he rolled, would he be able to kind of not know exactly what's in there?
Yeah.
Would we get an idea of what may be in the sacks, depending on how they sit and stuff?
With that high roll, and seeing as you guys were in Dinas Undad for a while,
Right.
it looks like he's carrying a bunch of bags of salt. Just salt being taken into the city.
Well, that looks to be just a salt trader there. He's going on in the city to do his work. I'll let him
Alright.
be.
But yeah, I mean, you see a few other a few other travelers. Nothing really eye-catching, and eventually your day winds down yet again. Coming to camp once again. Lady Rhiannon volunteers herself to go do the hunting this time, and she heads off out of camp. As you guys are getting your things together for camp, Ophalon does his clap on for the fire. Getting your tent set up once again as you finish this third night of travel. You only have about 3 or 4 days left if you continue at your the speed you've been going. Anyone who has a passive perception of 15 or higher,
Nope.
you just hear a soft, just kind of in the not in the distance, but just coming from a little ways away, you just hear a very soft, like, sounds kind of like footsteps.
Omenda will, like, very, like, out of his slumber, will rise out of his base and just.
Yeah.
Is anybody else awake? Who's on watch?
Oh,
What time
you
is
guys haven't gone to sleep yet. You're
okay.
you guys are getting camp set up, and Lady Rhiannon has gone off to hunt.
it? Oh, okay. So Scratch
yeah.
kind of setting this thing down, and he's like,
Yeah.
Well, any of y'all hear that? It kind of sounds like big old footsteps, I think. Come on, take a listen. Let's see. And I'm gonna try to see if we can hear anything. Do I know what direction it's coming from?
Yeah, it's coming from just kind of over to the direct west of where you all are at.
Let's see here. What is our current camp kind of in like an open kind of grassy area, or kind of be like in a wooded spot?
You guys are in grasslands, but the grass is, or in like plains, but the grass is pretty tall. It's definitely taller than you, although not taller than any of the rest of your companions.
Okay. I'm pretty sneaky. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go see what's going on over there.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check, Omenda.
Can I go with him? Can I go with him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Chicks
hold on,
are in the
Omenda.
dark.
I'll
I
come
don't
with
cheat. No, I'm kidding. Let's do this.
Jesus, Paul!
I know. I'm kidding.
Body systems apart.
I'm so glad I have expertise in stealth. 13.
13.
28.
28. You guys, take off through the grass, heading in that direction. Omenda, I will say that your, comparatively lower roll is only because in order to kind of see where you're going, you have to hop every once in a while to see above the grass. And as you, those are still pretty good stealth rolls overall. And I would just like each of you to make another perception check to make sure you kind of follow the path, or follow the sounds as much as you can.
Zophalon just asleep.
Yes.
No, you guys haven't even eaten dinner yet.
22.
That's fair. Hey man, he falls asleep
17.
sometimes.
17. Yeah. You guys take off through the grass a little bit, and you keep hearing these, like, it sounds like large footsteps. And as you start getting closer, you start hearing like a low voice in the distance that's getting clearer and clearer as you approach, and it becomes very apparent very soon that this voice is singing a little song. You hear, "My mother says I have AR eyes, AR eyes, AR eyes. My mother says I have AR eyes, they go ever so blue under starry skies. But they're never so blue as when I let 'em cry." And it's this big, deep voice. And as you kind of come to a spot, you see a little campsite. And by a little campsite, I mean a big campsite. There is a fire that's there. There's a big cauldron set on over the fire, and a truly massive man who is seated there. There's a very large cudgel of sorts that seems to be set off to his side, and he's actively stirring this pot with like a big old ladle. And then he takes a break from stirring and he leans back and he strums a harp that is dangling around his neck that is truly way too small for his hands. And he just strums it and he says, "My father says I have Lurinel hair, Lurinel hair, Lurinel hair, brown like the bark of an oak, somewhere like the bed of a lake where the hemlock grows." And he just continues singing.
Does Ominda recognize this song?
Yeah, 100%. I think most of you recognize this song. Or, well, both of you recognize this song for sure. This is a very common ditty.
Okay.
Yeah.
As he's singing, because he's just singing and doing his thing.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got? Kyra, what you got?
I wanted to know if I could. Do I recognize this man?
It's pretty dark. I would say from this from where you're at right now, he's easily the size of a giant. But he's singing in a clear, deep voice. I would say you could make for me a history or a religion check.
16. With Bardic.
Yeah, take that.
Go for it.
That's a D6.
Yes.
21 for religion.
21 religion. You just start going through all of the stories in your mind, Kyra, and you're just thinking about kind of what you've got going, and you see truly a giant of a man. Picture Hagrid, but like 7 times as big. You see this massive cauldron. You see the harp. You see the cudgel that's kind of shrouded in darkness off to the side. And you remember the tales of the wandering god who once ruled from a citadel in the sky, but abdicated his throne to his daughter.
I managed to actually
Yeah, you did.
roll the thing.
Oh my
You
god!
did it.
Kyle.
Roll
It's like
the
Curse of
dag
Strahd
back.
all over again.
Kyle,
Yes.
I would like to, as he's singing his little ditty, because I sadly have a horn, so I can't sing and use it.
Right.
But I can sing, and I know the words to the song.
Ooh, yeah. So all kind of, because the glower is kind of like a trumpety kind of instrument. So it'll kind of come in with like that backing little trumpet if you wanted to do the singing.
Yeah.
Kind of start doing that, yeah. But I am going into the camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
100%. Yeah.
The two of you kind of descend and you start to join in this music, and he's like still singing along, and he's stirring the pot. He doesn't actively play the harp. It's just every once in a while he takes one finger and just strums it.
Yeah.
But once he hears the glower and Kyra's voice start kind of joining in with the ditty, he kind of turns and sees out of the corner of his eye, and you see like this big smile just takes up his face as he gives a little wink towards the two of you and continues the song. and the three of you all, or you, the two of you come into. He doesn't deny you. You enter the little camp. The cauldron is at least twice as tall as Kyra, sitting on this mat, like what for him is not a big fire, but for both of you is a bonfire.
Mhm.
And he is seated on this he is seated on like this large loam-covered boulder that seems to have been here for many, many years. And as he comes to the end of the song, he finishes off with a, I am a map of the world, and the ones before, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Every step, every hope flung high, I'm a map of 'em all with my R and I. And you let the ditty finish on the glower, and Kyra, you
Little-
finish the song with him as well. And he just turns. He finishes it. He strums the harp one more time, and turns. He still has his hand on the ladle in the thing, and he just keeps stirring the pot. And he looks down. And he says, "Well, well, well met, and well sung."
You are Lord Dagda.
You are correct. That's very astute of you.
I
does
can't believe we
Ominda know who
found
this
Lord
is?
Dagdag, and I will.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The name, as like, you may not know who it is visually,
Yeah,
Omenda.
right.
As soon as Kyra says the name, the Dagda, you're just like, oh, this guy was once the king of the gods. Like-
Wait, you're that?
Yeah.
You're that?
like-
You're that doctor?
I fully
Lord,
stop,
good sir.
and I just
Yeah.
like. We just found the Dagda, and Kyra spins on her heel and walks right back to camp.
Oh.
Well,
Wait, I will be right
I'm
back.
not
We
gonna
have
do
others.
that.
Hold on. Wait, hold.
Kyra
I'm
takes
gonna
off.
stay here.
You see, he looks, he says, "All right, well, make sure to come back. There's plenty of food to go around." And Kyra takes off. He looks down at you, Omenda, and he says, "And what about you, my fine amphibious fellow? How is your travels these days, eh?"
Well, honestly, comparative to how how long has it been
It's been about
since we've started the whole campaign? Technically, how many
the whole
days is that? Yeah.
campaign. You spent 2 weeks. Oh, Valerie has the calendar, but I also have the calendar.
But rough estimate,
we're
because he's
three-
not really gonna care.
Well, we're 3 days past Bealtana. Or, no, we're 4 days past Bealtana, because you spent 1 extra day after the festival.
yeah. So
So...
it's been at least 2 plus
Yeah.
4 plus
Oh,
however many days we spent in Pintref Emor.
yeah.
How many days was that? 3?
Well, I know Vel put a marker on the calendar of the day you guys landed on the beach. I'm pretty sure.
Vel, you're muted.
Yeah. So I have. Where is it at? Where is Willow? It's just so little. I can't zoom in.
It is very small. I need to
It's a
make a
lot of
better.
updates.
I need to make a better version of the calendar that we can both just update at the same time,
Yeah.
like a Google Doc or something.
Yeah. Well, I have the Google Doc that you made, but the images are so tiny.
Yeah, you just can't edit it very well.
No. So we when we got to Deus Undad, we went from the second day of Willow to the 15th, and then the 15th
Right.
was
I'm pretty sure the day that you guys landed on the beach and made it to Pentrefari-Mor, I believe was the 24th of Fearn? It was like the
Yes,
23rd
yes.
or the 24th.
yes, it was.
because Ostara had passed quite a ways beforehand. So you are looking at, let's see, right
About a
now, almost a month. You're about 5 days off from a month at this point.
Well, honestly, Mr. Dagda,
Oh, just Dogda is
Technically?
fine. Yes,
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Dogda was my father.
well, considering how my month started, you know, washed up on the sea, and then we had to come on down the shore, make our way up. We're honestly looking pretty good. The traveling's going pretty smooth. How about you?
Oh, you know, a little of this, a little of that. You have to take the good with the bad when you're out on the road, you know.
I'll say, and since I'm kind of talking to him, can I get a, not like I'm gonna like actually get closer or anything,
Yeah.
but can I see the harp any better?
Yeah. Go ahead and I would say you can make perception or investigation for this.
We'll do perception. I just want to get a look-see, see how cool it looks.
Mm.
Oh, that's a natural one. Sad.
Oh.
That one's going in the chair.
It's definitely a harp, and it's definitely too small for him. That's what you notice with a nat 1. As that's happening, Kyra, you break away and head off.
I run back to camp. Like, as fast as my little feet can take me. Oh. Got dunced.
No.
Got dunced.
I will run back to camp really fast.
Yeah.
And then as I get into camp, I like skid to a stop, and I look around. Everyone stop!
What?
Omenda and I just found the Dagda, and we have to go get his food. And I like grab
wait,
Juniper's hand, and then I grab Ewan's hand, and I fucking just run.
Does Ewan have any idea who the
Oath
Dagda
runs
is?
past you in that direction.
Yeah, right.
Did you just ask if Ewan knows who the Dagda is?
Yeah, does Ewan have any idea? Like, in all actuality, does Ewan actually know who the
think
Dagda is?
so. I think
Like,
you have
odds are
heard.
low.
I
Odds are non-zero.
think you heard the Dagda's name in passing at the dinner when the monk that the ring was stolen from was named to you all. That your ring of jumping was the
Oh yeah, that one.
the cloud Goliath.
Yeah.
Kyra, yeah.
Can I pull out the and as we're like running, I will pull out the letter paper that we got from Lady Caradwyn, and I will write to her. I will tell her to tell Rhiannon that we found the Dagda, because I can't cast message.
Right.
Unless Juniper can cast message.
Let me double check. I think I can add.
Yeah.
I can.
You
You
can?
have the message cantrip.
Yeah.
So you still, the stipulation of the message cantrip, you still have to be able to see who you're
Ah,
sending
shit.
it to. You don't have the sending
No, you don't.
spell.
Message
you-
just requires that you point in the right
you have to-
direction.
But they
So
also
it's
have
a
to be within
guess.
100 feet.
100,
Yeah.
Yeah, 100-ish.
Yeah.
120.
120.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will
you send a message to
send a
Lady
message to
Caradwyn.
Caradwyn so that she can tell Rhiannon, because she probably is a high enough spellcaster to be
Yeah.
able to tell Rhiannon to meet us with the Dagda.
You get back a response almost immediately on the paper, Kyra, and in very, very neat handwriting, it just says, "Oh, that should be fun." But yeah, in a short amount of time, Kyra, you bring your other friends over into the encampment, and the rest of you see this scene. You just see this massive man, like almost as tall as those two hill giants stacked on top of each other. Just this massive man, just standing there talking to this really tiny frogman, just having a conversation as the rest of you enter the camp. Yeah, Juniper.
With like the most excitement you all have ever seen on this girl's face, Juniper squeaks and runs up and says, "It is so nice to meet you."
It is very nice to meet you as well. Welcome, welcome. Oh, there's many of you. Hello.
Like, Juniper is bouncing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
You
even
and-
worry. You ain't got to worry. We ain't gonna stab you or nothing.
Yes, Ewan.
Ewan leans next to Ophalon and just says, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Ophalon.
He's just kind of standing in awe,
Yeah.
like that was in character. That was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Around and says, "Well, you certainly look like a hungry bunch. The food is almost ready if you would like to take a seat." And
Can I look inside the cauldron? Like it's really high. Is there a vantage
you'll have
point
to
that I can
you
get
could
to?
you could jump. You could like do your little grung
Yeah.
jump and look up in there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
You jump and you look up in there. At the moment, it just kind of looks like water that's being stirred. But yeah, he just continues it, and you see he like points out a couple little stumps and stuff that you all can use as
Mhm.
chairs, and he says, and he looks up at the sky, and this night, unlike the other nights, the clouds have kind of started to obscure the sky, so you can't quite see the stars as well as you'd probably like to. And he himself looks up and he says, "No, that will not do." And he strums the harp, and you just watch as the clouds just begin to recede. And he says, "That is much better. And you can see the moon now as well. It is very lovely."
Can I see the confused look on Ewan's face?
Oh, yeah.
I will tippy tap over to him, because Kyra is also extremely excited. He's the original god of gods. He's the big guy, the big head honcho. He was. Now he's like a fertility god and, all that stuff.
Well, once was always is what I like to say.
Well, don't tell that to my daughter. She's very good at the job of leading the Tuatha De Danann, so...
Oh,
I-
of course.
he most certainly is.
Ah, look
Fucking
at you,
Ophalon.
a little Fey friend. How are you doing today?
I am doing quite well, Lord Allfather. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's wonderful to meet you as well.
I'm a great admirer of you and your daughter as well. I myself am an acolyte of the Silver Hand.
Oh, you see, he leans down and gets his face like right next to yours, and he's looking at the emblem of the Silver Hand, and he says, "That is good. That is good." He leans back up. He says, "It's a group of fine warriors. They do well at keeping the realm safe from incursions."
Did you hear anything about in some kind of incursion? Is it coming around or something?
Let me roll for the Dagda. Okay. Well, I know that a while ago, maybe 2 weeks or so, they asked if I would come back to the Citadel up there where my daughter reigns from, the Cloud Giant capital. They said that something was going on in the north, and they wanted my advice. But I leave that to the younger ones now. When you're king for many centuries, it wears on you. And now that I am not doing that anymore, I'll go back and give my advice on my own terms, you know. There's plenty of places to travel to and see. I've been on the continent for a while, you know, and I've just recently come back. The stars here are always the most beautiful. Yes, Juniper.
At the clouds parting.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Is there any other kind of magic that you could share with us? I would love to learn.
You see, he says, "Ah, you student of magic, I see. Ah, yes." And you see he leans right down. His head is the height of your body. As he just leans down and looks at you, he says, "You have a spark in you. It is interesting. A spark of magic. A beautiful thing." And he leans back up. He says, "You wish to see magic? Yes, I can show you some magic. Yes, of course." He says, reaches up and he takes the large hand and he strums the harp again as he's looking at Ewan, and he says, in Sylvan, he says, "Smile and be merry, my friend." And Ewan, you are filled with euphoria and just a feeling of the most intense happiness you've ever felt in your life surging through your body.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, I think is the whoa. Hey. Kyle, Jacob
Yeah.
has a question.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask? Should I? Let me type it to you. I think maybe
Okay.
is wiser. I'm DMing it to you.
Okay.
Or yeah. It's supposed to be. I guess that's.
Ewan,
Yeah.
make a history check at disadvantage.
Larry. You know, I rolled a 7 and a 9 for a 6, but I just don't know if I necessarily like those rolls, so I'm gonna use a point of luck.
Okay.
And get a 13
A 13.
with a 14 minus 1. No?
Yep.
Fair enough.
But you do feel this just immense sense of like happiness flooding through you. I think all of you just watch like Ewan's shoulders like untense a little bit and just a big dumb grin.
Well, it's the first time you don't got a smile on your face, huh?
I'm gonna punch you off of that fucking cauldron.
Yeah, well, go on, give it a shot, you old little liver.
I'm very sorry. Maybe this isn't the most visually impressive magic. I have other things I can do. Let me show you. And he
Guys, can we not please fight in front of the Allfather?
he
You make me bigger.
reaches down and he looks at all of you. He says, "I require a volunteer."
Me?
Mate,
The little Urish fellow. You should be my assistant for this. He reaches down and he grabs the large cudgel on the ground, and as he reaches, lifts it in his hands, you see that it's almost like a whole tree. Like one end of it is
God.
like leaves and fully in bloom, and the other end is like a root cluster that is just full of like worms and mushrooms and stuff. And he says, "Now watch this. This is very impressive." And he spins it around rather dexterously in his hand. He takes the root cluster part and he touches Ophalon. Ophalon, you go to 0 hit points and you die. Right in the middle of camp.
What?
Hey,
What the fuck have you done?
Hey,
Now, it is just a party trick, you see. And he spins it around in his hands, and he touches Ophalon with the top of the staff where it's all growing, and Ophalon shoots back to life with all of his HP.
Juniper is clutching at her chest. Still a look of shock on her face.
Yes.
Amanda is
There we
giving
go.
him like the sly frog look as he climbs down the cauldron.
It's a bit more.
I apologize. I should have let you cook. That's fucking hilarious.
That's a bit more of an impressive one. I should have led with that. I'm sorry.
Kyra's fucking wheezing.
Yeah.
She's on the
That's
ground.
okay. That is quite impressive.
Amanda walks over, picks up Ophalon on the floor.
And for your volunteering, my little friend, you get first dibs on dinner, I think. And you see he snaps his fingers, and wooden bowls appear in all of your hands. And he says, he dips the ladle into the cauldron, and he looks at you, Ophalon, and he says, "Now, your favorite meal that you've had in your life. Think of it now." And he reaches down with the ladle and pours pure water into the bowl. And it swirls and the water begins to recede, and food begins to appear within the bowl. Ophalon, what appears in your bowl?
Oh God. What is Ophalon's favorite food has never crossed my mind.
Can also be
probably like a. No, I'm just thinking back to his village. Like a good smoked pig.
Yeah, just good old roast.
As tender as can be.
Yeah. And it is not stew or soup. It is truly just like actual strips of pork, and there's little sides included in there, some vegetables and rice as well on the side that just appears in this bowl. And he takes the ladle and he just starts to divvy out to each of you some of this water from the cauldron, and each of you, starting with Omenda. Omenda, what appears in your bowl?
In Omenda's bowl, as the water kind of falls in, and it becomes like a viscous kind of paste that then forms into a series of horn and silkworms and like all like writhing over.
True
each
frog
other.
dinner. Yeah, for sure. Love that for you.
He starts getting up in there.
Boy dinner.
Kyra.
Boy dinner.
I think for Kyra, it would be her mom's beef stroganoff.
There you go. And it appears there.
We had stroganoff for dinner.
Delicious. Juniper. What appears in your bowl?
A very rare delicacy that Bronwyn, her caretaker, would make for her from scratch. Shepherd's pie.
Love that. Yeah, Juniper, your bowl, like, to everyone else, it looks like a solid bowl of mashed potatoes because the top is just that. But you dig in and know that exactly what you've got. And last but not least, Ewan. What appears in your bowl?
I don't. Yoon hasn't had a lot of food so far in his life. I think it's probably like roasted boar, honestly.
Yeah. It's roasted boar and another little treat appears in your bowl, Ewan. A single candied apple. As he finishes doling out food to all of you, and the food appears as it's meant to be in the bowls, you see he smiles and he takes a big breath in as if he is smelling each of your individual dishes, and he just food is meant to be shared amongst people in comfort and kindness. I am glad that all of you came to join me this evening. It is a pleasure, a true pleasure. And he reaches his entire hand into the cauldron. You hear water sloshing around, and he just pulls out the largest leg of mutton you've ever seen in your life and just rips a big chunk of it off with his teeth and just starts to chew.
That's fantastic.
You all are going to take a long rest tonight, and everything is going to be okay. But, so go ahead and press those buttons, those long rest buttons. And then I would like all of you to go into... Let me look at a character sheet so I know exactly what you have to do. Go into the hit points section of your character sheet and go to where it says max HP modifier and go ahead and add and put the number 20 in there. As the dog does, food carries the benefit of the aid spell for 8 hours. Not just giving you 20 temporary HP, but actually increasing your HP maximum by 20 for the next 8 hours.
Damn.
Oh my. Kyle?
Yeah.
Ewan, in the interest of fulfilling his promises, will summon the little rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll shave off, like with his, like, one of the knives he's made for himself. He'll shave off a little bit of that candied apple and give it to her.
It's gone immediately. You just see furious chewing, and your little companion barely even seemed to move.
Amazing. I'm gonna take a huge bite of it and start chowing down.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah.
would a moss kitten eat meat at all?
Probably. Still a cat.
Juniper feeds Bramble some of the veggies and a little bit of the meat out of her food.
Love that. Love that.
And once she's done eating, she pulls out her viol and starts playing.
Ah, yes. Music and food. Wonders of what this world has to offer, I think. And the dog just kind of sits there and just hums along to Juniper's music for a while as you all eat your food. About 20 or so minutes later, you hear soft footsteps entering the grove as the Lady Rhiannon strides in and looks up and sees the Dagda, and she smiles and she just gives a nod and she says, "Grandfather, it has been some time." And you see he turns, he looks, he says, "Ah, my dear, it has been a long time." And he reaches this massive hand down and like ruffles her hair playfully. And it's just all fucked up. Like, the hair is just all messed up after she does it, and she just kind of takes it good-naturedly. And says, He says, I am sorry to have been gone for so long, but there are so many places on Lurenel that I have not even seen myself yet. But I am home for a while. And she just nods. You see, he ladles her out a bowl of food, and she begins to eat as well. But yeah, you guys are all just kind of vibing here with the former king of the gods, Kyra.
I think that when the bowl fills with this, I mean, it's kind of like peasant food. Kyra, like, slides off of the stump
Yeah.
and, like, squishes herself between her knees and the stump.
Yeah.
And just is face down into...
Yeah.
Just, like, her cheeks are bright purple,
Yeah.
and, like, tears are falling.
Yeah. And truly, for all of you, as you eat this food, it is immediately evokes in you the memories of the best version of this that you had previously eaten in your life. It's like experiencing that moment over again as you eat. And Juniper plays, the dog hums. And as you all finish your food, you see the dog just says, yes, sharing of food, sharing of music, and the sharing of stories. That is what true civilization is about. That is what people are meant to do. You all have stories, do you not? You all are... And you see he squints his eyes, like, almost mischievously, as he looks at all of you. He says, you all definitely have the scent of travelers on you.
Trying to say I stink?
No. I am saying, in fact,
Little.
you remind me of myself. People that have traveled a good long distance from where they primarily called home.
Well, if that ain't the truth.
What have you seen, little ones, out in this wide world?
A really big city.
Yes. The city of Dinasundad is very large for mortal kind. Very large indeed, although if you were to travel to Kernimeso or Keorai or any of the citadels of the giants, you would see truly just how large cities can be. I believe they make concessions for smaller folk, though, to a certain extent.
I would love to see a place like that. I bet you'd be pretty insane to see something. Doors you can't even open because they're just so large.
Very true, very true. And you, and he looks from you, from Ophalon to Juniper, and then back, kind of flicking his eyes between the two of you, says, the two of you are missing something. Missing something of vital importance. Do you travel to get it back?
Yes.
Then travel you must, I think. You can only get what you need by going where you need to go.
Well, if we, at the very least, I certainly want to see these great cities, so.
Maybe your path will lead you there one day.
I
Although
certainly.
you are traveling not in the direction of either at the moment. But there are cities in the direction you are going. Maybe you will find yourself in the elven realms of the Wilderland. That will also be impressive, I think, although he chuckles to himself. If you forgive an old man for his boasting, my citadel was the most impressive place that I have ever seen.
Well, I've got maybe something interesting for you wouldn't see at a citadel.
And what might that be?
It's a tree of sorts in the shape of a large. Oh God, that scared the shit out of me. Fuck. No. Ah, please.
Jacob died.
This cat is a menace. I will describe to him the scenery in which I woke up in, the like large canopy and the lightning charred wood.
Yeah. You see you tell this tale, and his brow furrows a bit as he listens. He says, an interesting place to originate from. And you have traveled farther than ever you have before, yes?
Yeah. Pretty far. I sort of wasn't thinking much about it at the time.
Do you wish to return?
I would like to know more. So I guess I have to go back at some point.
Well, the easiest way is to retrace your steps. But the fastest way, and you see, he literally just points in a northwestern or in a northeastern direction. He says, would be to travel that way, but it would mean losing the road. Not that a road is necessary to travel.
They're kind of new for me. They're sort of weird.
You're
I
kind
like
of
game
weird.
trails, but they kind of cut in weird directions sometimes.
Yes. I remember this island before there were roads. I walked it many a time. He turns his head back to you, Ewan, and he says, you have described a interesting scene. A scene that makes an old man worried.
What kind of worried?
There are rumors of disappearances. It is part of why I have returned to this island. I will have to go and investigate this scene you have described. For it may be the body of a fallen comrade of mine.
God.
Yeah.
Can I roll religion?
Sure.
to figure out what he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you've got pretty good context clues already.
Mm-hmm. Do I get it with advantage?
Sure.
Oh. That's a good roll. 22.
22. Like a lightning flash in your mind, Kyra, the conversations you've had with Gwyn, the disappearance of the god of the forests of Sylvanus, a corpse of that size. That's not good.
Is this the first that Kyra is hearing about this?
You have had conversations. Oh, are you talking about?
But like
you
the
and-
specificity of it.
Yeah, I think Ewan dropped a lot more specifics this time around.
Yeah.
That he didn't the first time when he talked to you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would say in this instance, Kyra, the pieces that you're putting together are, oh fuck, this might not be the body of a treant, like you originally talked to Gwyn that it could possibly be. That could be the corpse of a god.
We have to go. Lord Dagda, can you put it on a map? If we give you a map to show you where it's at.
First, I must see the road that this one has traveled. And he reaches a massive hand and he just touches Ewan right on the forehead. And Ewan, it's like all of your memories of the past 3 or 4 weeks just play in reverse. Within about 5 seconds. That sense of euphoria you got from the harp earlier also rapidly disappears as this just flash of like backwards memories goes through until you get right to the point of waking up in a hollow and literally stepping out of wood. He says, I could put it on a map, yes. And looking at your map, he reaches down and he touches a little copse of trees, not but 3 or 4 miles from Pentrefari Moor. Just so we can see what we're talking about here. Pentrefari Moor is here. He touches a little copse of trees, basically right up in this location. You guys, of course, are about down here right now.
Oof.
Only like 400 miles away.
It's quite a distance, yeah.
Super close compared to like a lot of other places.
We need to make sure we get.
Have you never?
Oh.
I was gonna say, how do you not have the concept of road, but you know what a mile is? Shouldn't you measure things in like fallen logs or something?
How about I measure them in your ass is kicked?
I don't know if you can keep up with me.
A jape, a joke. It is very good. Yes, Juniper.
I sent you a message, God.
On Facebook?
Yeah. If that's something that I can, if we can roleplay.
You can ask the dog to anything if you want to ask him something.
Right, but you had said that Juniper doesn't really remember much of what happened to her as a kid.
Correct. I should specify a bit more about what just happened to Ewan. The memories that the Dagda just unlocked was literally the memories of, or he wasn't even unlocking memory. The Dagda just touched Ewan so that he could see the path that Ewan has traveled. So he could put something on a map, because the Dagda is a traveling god. It's part of his domain, so he can see where people have traveled before. So that's kind of what just happened here. But if Juniper has a question, she can ask him. But if you don't,
Okay.
Yeah.
Dagda,
Yes, little Fey one.
I don't know for sure. Something strange happened to me when I was a child. I think I traveled to the Wilder Lands, but I'm not sure.
Leans down and gets his face close to you as you tell this bit. He says, "Ah, the Wilder Land. A vast place. Parts of it are here on this island. Parts of it are not. You say you have been there.
I don't know for sure. I can't remember.
You see, he reaches out and he touches your forehead. And he pulls his finger back and he says, My realm is not in that of Fey magic. I can see everywhere you have traveled on this plane, on Bruen, on this planet, all the way back to a village where you were not very welcome in the end. But there are gaps there that I cannot see. I am sorry, little one. You will have to ask a fairy for that information.
Or which one would you ask?
Oh, you would ask probably one of the old men. They have the most power over the Wilder Land, the nature of the world. You could also ask Angus in his summer court, where he rules over a large portion of the Wilder Land. You could also travel far to the north and make a deal with Byra. And she would tell you anything you wish to know for a price, I think. But I do not recommend that as your first choice. Byra is difficult in the best of times.
Thank you.
Something is familiar about you. He just cocks his head to the side, and these just massive storm gray eyes with so much empathy and kindness. And there's just a hint of sadness as the Dagda looks at you, Juniper, and he says, "It is like a far-off memory that I cannot recall. I wish you happiness. I think. Yes, happiness for you, little one. And he leans back up to his full height.
Juniper bows her head and just kind of moves off to the side to think things over.
Yeah. You all are beginning to feel quite drowsy. Full stomachs. A calming presence as the Dagda looks you all over and smiles, and you see just off from his camp, you see your horses and carriage and your tents have just appeared here. The horses are fed, they're taken care of, the tents are set up. You don't remember anyone doing, the Lady Rhiannon didn't do any of that. But it's just sort of happened as the conversations have gone along. The dog just smiles as all of you kind of rub the sleep in your eyes, and he says, I think perhaps after conversation and music and stories, the next best thing is to sleep. For with sleep comes dreams. And with dreams comes an entire new world of possibilities. You need not fret, for tonight I will keep watch as you rest. Dream, little friends, and continue your travels in the morning. And as he says that, the massive thumb just strums the harp, and all of you feel yourselves falling into a deep, needed slumber. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh.
Know that my thing of tables that I have here. So the encounter table is based on the amount of days that you are traveling at any given time. You rolled a 5, Juniper, which is a social encounter. And then on the social encounter table, you rolled and you got a 5. And the 5 on the social encounter table was a person of influence. And that is the Dagda's space while you are traveling the plains. So.
Nice.
Yay.
That was fun.
That was very, very
I'm very
fun.
happy.
I am very, very
At least for him, he should.
For a very Ophalon, you felt the cudgel, the roots of the cudgel touch you. Your vision went dark, and you immediately shot up in the middle of a dark twilight forest. And in the moments before you were brought back, you heard the sound of hounds in the distance.
Fucking wild hunt? What the fuck? That can't be good.
Now Kyra's bouncing.
What?
Oh my.
Dude, there's no real wolves.
Guys, I love this game.
I
having
love
such a good
this
time.
game so much.
Kitty.
Me and my boy. Be worried about the wolves.
Awoo.
So Juniper's totally gonna wake up with Bramble just sitting on her face, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Or in her hair.
Honestly, Bramble, being a cat that is made entirely of moss, actually makes a fairly effective pillow, and it does not hurt her. She is made of moss, so that's up to your discretion of what you want to use your familiar for. But there's not a lot of bones going on in there. It's just
Cats don't even really have bones.
just a little
anyway.
moss kitten.
Just sticks. No bones, just sticks.
And a lot of tardigrades that are microscopic just living on it. So,
Well,
That's
I'm
right,
gonna go to
there's
bed,
my-
y'all.
hi, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Oh.
Oh.
Ugh.